Midnight music. Midnight music. Midnight music. Midnight music. Midnight music. Midnight music.
right before we started the show as I was watching the Yankee game?
No.
So apparently there's pitch clock, not pitch clock, but communication system for the pitchers. Yeah. It's in like at least 3 different languages.
Well, that makes sense.
English, Spanish, and Japanese.
Yeah, because that's like the main players of the MLB.
Yeah.
Like how many people speak like French in the MLB? Probably not many, if anybody. Well, if they speak French, they also speak one of the other 3.
Yeah. Well, hey, Frats, what's going on? So yeah, I was like, oh, that's pretty fucking cool.
Ohtani's having a monster year, and half the MLB speak Spanish anyway.
And
half the MLB
Ohtani's injured.
Is he?
Yeah.
What happens?
He got injured yesterday. The Angels are shitting themselves.
Dude, he was on pace to pass Judge's home runs too.
Mm-hmm. But it was American, that faux record that people want to.
Yeah, the fake record.
Fake record.
I completely agree with you. I shouldn't have called it a record. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Second, he got 3rd place.
Yeah, hold on. I gotta look up. I forgot what Ohtani was injured with, and it's a contract year for him too.
Dude, he's still gonna get a monster.
He might get the biggest contract in the history of sports. Like he might beat the Holmes contract.
Dude, he might deserve it. To be honest, I mean, no, fuck it, he does deserve it. The 2-way player, and he's good at both positions on a bad team.
Yeah.
Like, dude, you have a 3 ERA on a shitty team and a winning record.
Yeah.
Don't come to New York, though. You'll definitely get hurt. That's all the Yankees do.
Yeah, he said, well, at least it's not the Mets.
Don't go to the Mets either.
You know how bad the Mets are? The owner came out and was like, dude, we fucking suck.
I saw it say they're paying $50 million in salary to people who don't even play for them anymore.
Oh, yeah. Happy Bobby Bonilla Day.
Happy Bobby Bonilla Day. They're still paying Robinson Cano, which I think is hilarious.
So I was with my friends at
I lost
a birthday party yesterday. Oh, by the way, Ohtani was forced to exit his start because of recurring fingernail and blister problem on his pitching hand.
He'll be fine.
Yeah.
He just needs a DH for a few days.
Yeah. So, but no, I was with my my 2 friends because it was one of our younger siblings' birthday party, so I went over. It was like a 4th of July / birthday party, so it was an excuse for me to come over. No one cares about hockey right now, Frets.
Yeah, what's hockey? Never heard of
it. And they're big Mets fans, and apparently they were telling me, like, the new owner of the Mets, Steve Cohen, wants to, like, make a thing out of Bobby Bonilla. He wants to, like, hand him a check on the field, like, every year.
That's funny.
I mean, might as well for, like, the worst contract negotiation ever. Do you know the story behind Bobby Bonilla Day?
I know it. Like, he signed a weird contract where.
So I was reading up on this because it's actually fucking hysterical. So Bobby Bonilla was up for a new contract, and at the time he was a decent player, right? Mm-hmm. And so they wanted to play. He was going to get like 5.6 or 5.9 million, something in the $5.5 million range. I think on a year basis for something like that. And so they said, okay, we can either pay you. It was like 1 year 5.9 or something like that. Like, okay, we're going to pay you like 1 year 5.9. Or
it's a big or.
Yeah. Or we can pay you $1.2 million a year for the next 25 years.
What?
Yeah, exactly. It's a weird thing. And so, you know what 1.2 million is for the next 25 years?
A lot.
$30 million.
Yeah, $30 million.
Yeah.
You'd be like, I get paid after I retire? Yeah, I would do that deal, dude. Are you kidding me?
Well, here's the thing. They wanted to save money, so they thought if we just stretch this out, he'll get paid, but just like in the longer term, which money-wise seems okay. Here's where they went wrong. You know what they did with all the money they saved off of not signing Bobby Bonilla to that bigger short-term contract?
They gave it to Cespedes.
No, worse. They gave it to Madoff.
Oh, God, no, Bernie Madoff?
Yeah.
He's going to play baseball.
They used it to Madoff to invest, and they got...
Oh, the Mets, dude. You gotta love the Mets.
The gift that keeps on giving.
Yeah, dude, they're awful.
Yeah, they are. Apparently they've won 3 games in July, so good for them.
Oh, yeah, well, so the Yankees. Need a day off.
Yeah, right.
Dude, if they sweep the Orioles right here in 4, that's the end of their season.
What, the O's?
Yeah.
Yeah, we only have 3 more games with the Orioles after this season, after this series.
Yeah, they tweaked the season because usually you play your division 18 times each.
I think they won because they tweaked it so you can play every fucking team. I'm like, finally, or is that for next year?
I don't like. I do like that they play if it is every single team. I do like that, but also some of the mystique of baseball is you can go to the World Series without ever playing that team, which I think is
that was pre-interleague
really
play.
cool, right?
Yeah.
It's hard to plan for that.
It's true because you ever watch Jeter's doc or part of Jeter's doc when he says when they went against the Braves in '96, he goes, "We never faced like this was before interleague play. We had no idea how to play the Braves.
No scouting report."
Yeah, and that was.
But I do like that. I do like that all the teams, at least most of the teams, play each other. I love interleague play. First of all,
Yeah,
like I love that the Yankees can play in Chicago against the Cubs, or they go to San Francisco, or the Dodgers play in Yankee Stadium. Right? It's just I think it's what baseball should be.
yeah, and everybody
I
wins.
I do think you play the betting 355 the last 19 games. Volpe is.
Good
But I
job.
think you do also need to play your division a lot because that's how you determine
The division champion. Yeah,
division champion. It makes
I
more
agree.
sense.
I agree. Yeah, no, if you're gonna do like interleagues, it should be like it's no longer been a 3-game series with the other teams.
Yes, keep it short. Because
so-
like the Yankees could lose this division without having a chance to even beat the Orioles. Because that's how you move up in the rankings. You play your division.
Yeah. For like special attraction game, like if it was like Cubs Yankees, that's a special attraction game. That's a 2-game series.
No, I don't think a series should be less than 3 games. There's no point. Because baseball, like think of the playoffs, right? It's all built around series and pitching matchups. Like baseball is a game of sets. It's like tennis.
Yes.
Like you need that. I like the 3 and I even like a 5-game series. Remember, like in 2011 or something, the Yankees swept the Red Sox in 5 games in Fenway. It was nuts. It was absolutely nuts. I was in middle school. So probably like 2007.
Fair. That's awesome. I wonder what food are we looking at over there in the Yankee game? Yeah, who knows?
Oh, you're behind me.
Probably. Got Higgy's up right now.
Yeah, you struck out.
Yeah, you are in front of me. Oh, well.
All right, who we got here? We just got Frets with us. Is Daquan saying anything ridiculous yet? Where is this bastard?
No, Daquan's not here yet. Daquan was with Charles and I when we watched Money in the Bank.
Yeah, I saw you guys in there.
Good
No, you guys
place.
won PlayStation Discord.
No, PlayStation chat.
PlayStation chat.
Because it didn't seem like anybody else on Discord besides Daquan wanted to be on. I was like, Daquan, you have a PlayStation. Just come with me and Charles on the PlayStation then.
Yeah, hop on the PlayStation.
Yeah.
What did I order? I ordered food. I don't remember what I ordered though. For Money in the Bank. Oh no, I got chicken parm.
What did Nanner Nate say? NRW Pandemonium. Should we take a random trip to Wisconsin just to see Nate in a banana suit?
Dude. I'm not gonna lie. I would love to.
He's on the poster. If you look on Discord, he's on the poster for this show in August.
Oh, there he is. That's awesome, dude. I love hanging out with Nate. Nate's a lot of fun.
Oh, he's gonna be with Eugene. Eugene's gonna be on the card.
Amazing.
The Central Wisconsin Convention and Expo Center. Not only is Nate on it, but Nate got his podcast, Game Changer Podcast, to sponsor the event, too.
Is this lady eating lobster tail? Is that shrimp tail? The fuck?
I see Nathan's hot dogs. By the way, shout out to Joey Chestnut.
Did he win again?
Yeah, he won again. 16-time world champion.
He's like the Ric Flair of hot dogs.
He is the Ric Flair of hot dogs. Do you ever watch, there's a documentary about Joey Chestnut and whomever. But do you ever see, competitive eating documentaries?
Kobayashi.
Kobayashi. I miss Kobayashi.
Oh, dude, Hicks. When Hicks hit that home run last night, I wanted to jump through my TV and punch him in the mouth.
She is definitely eating lobster tail with...
Yeah, right? Do you see that shit?
Yeah, she's definitely eating lobster tail with chopsticks.
Dude, I was at Yankee Stadium not long ago. I didn't see lobster tail. It must be in the lower bowl.
Yeah. Must be in those, really, really padded seats.
Well, actually, if you are in those, behind home plate suites.
The Legend Suites, I think, right?
It's all you can eat, and they do have lobster tail down there. That's probably where she's sitting.
There's also like a secret bar under those seats as well.
Yeah, or like Madoff in his ilk. Like when Jack Nicholson and what's his name? Who's the other huge Yankee fan? Sandler and who's the black director? Spike Lee.
Oh yeah, Spike Lee. Spike Lee's always there.
They all go down there.
Probably chill the fuck out.
Secret bar and just chill out.
Spike Lee's also a professor at like NYU, I believe.
I think this is a huge film, obviously.
He's a film director, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, dude, Spike Lee, great movies.
Oh yeah.
Some of them are really out there, and some of them are a little preachy, but fantastic filmmaker.
You know what Spike Lee's? I don't know if it still holds true, but for a time, you know what Spike Lee's most profitable movie was?
No, but I'm gonna know what you tell me.
Inside Man.
Really?
He directed Inside Man with Denzel Washington and Clive Owen.
Interesting.
Inside Man's a brilliant, brilliant movie. I was speaking of Jack Nicholson. I was listening to a TikTok. It was Matt Damon, who apparently, besides that, he's actually a really, really brilliant actor.
Damon?
Yeah.
Yeah, Matt Damon's a great actor.
Yeah, he just
I've seen Good Will Hunting.
No, but he was talking about being on The Departed with Jack Nicholson. In a conversation he had with Jack Nicholson, apparently Jack Nicholson said, my acting career wouldn't have been as long as it is if I wasn't a really good fucking writer.
Damon? Oh, yeah, for sure. Absolutely.
Well, no, Jack Nicholson said that to Damon.
Huh.
Yeah. And then he talked about this scene. So you know the scene in The Departed where Jack Nicholson kills the person?
Which one?
He
kills a few people.
He kills
on
the woman,
beach?
kills a woman on the beach, and he's like...
Yeah, he's like, look how they fell.
Yeah, exactly. So apparently how that scene actually went was like... Essentially, Matt Damon tells a story in Jack Nicholson's voice, which he talks... There was more to that. So Jack Nicholson was like, now, I could stop, but I kept going. So apparently he dragged that scene out. And you only saw the snippets of what was edited. So apparently there was more of like he shot her, she fell funny. I think he was going to then essentially perform necrophilia on the corpse. And then the guy says, dude, you need help. Something like that.
Oh yeah, the Irish guy.
Yeah.
I forget. Is that Frenchie?
Yeah, I think it's Frenchie. Yeah.
Is that you need Francis? You're sick. You need help.
Yeah. So it's like Jack Nicholson just dragged the scene out so that the director in post could just have a choice what the fuck he wanted to do.
Yeah.
I was like, wow, that's actually really fucking brilliant.
Well, it's interesting because a lot of like the great Hollywood lines are improvised. Like De Niro in Taxi Driver, you talking to me, and no one else here who you're talking to, completely improvised. So I wonder, right?
Robert Downey Jr.'s I Am Iron Man was an improv.
I Am Iron Man, improvised.
Yeah.
So I wonder, right? Let's take Iron Man for example.
Mm-hmm.
He did that the first time. Now, when they say cut, they're like, oh, let's use that and then do a few more takes, or they just use that one improvised take?
I don't know. I do know that movie in particular, the original Iron Man, was mostly improv.
Mostly improv. Yeah, we've had this conversation before. But like, if you have a phenomenal moment in a movie, it's like this was improvised. I'd be like, okay, let's take this and then kind of tweak it and do it again and make it better. Like the moment could be spontaneous, but then you go back and do a few more takes to make it better.
Yeah, I don't know. I wish I knew.
So like I would need to ask. Like that's the question I've always wondered for like directors. Like if you're like Spielberg, right? You have an improvised moment.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, I think it depends on the moment too. Like if you say it's the improvised moment, do you take that moment and keep it as is, or do you do a few more takes then pick the best one?
Yeah, I think it depends on it depends on how much you trust the actor. Like for instance, I know this. So remember in Winter Soldier, when Samuel L. Jackson's in the elevator with Captain America, and he's telling this story about his
meme.
Well, no, not that one. When he's in the elevator with Captain America, and he's talking about his grandfather.
Right. Okay.
Apparently, that is based on a real life story of Samuel L. Jackson's grandfather. So you can say that was essentially improv. So I'm assuming like the better and the more trusted the actor is, the more they can get away with.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Because actors know, man.
Yeah.
If they're into the character and they played it for like especially a character like Samuel L. Jackson, who's a veteran actor who's played that character over multiple movies.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, dude, you trust him and he's gonna do the right thing, and if it works, you just roll with it.
Hey, Alexis. Thanks for joining us in the chat this time. Harrison Ford saying I know and Empire Strikes Back was also improv.
Yes, I didn't know that too. Also, most of Anchorman 2 is improv, which is why it was ass. So it doesn't always work, even with veteran actors like that duo who are all comedic legends in their own right.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Oh, well, did I tell... I don't think I told you or not. So apparently Alexis's parents actually did listen to the show, and apparently they had a great time. They said they haven't laughed that hard in a long time.
Oh, I'm glad I could make you laugh.
Yeah. All of our ridiculousness. Did they watch the show, Alexis, or did they just listen to it? Because that is something that I'm wondering about. We did get a lot of good views comparatively to our other stuff lately, so guess they're good.
I guess they're fun.
Yeah,
no. Fun. I want to bring Dave back. Okay, I was thinking about Dave the other day.
Oh, you're what?
I was thinking about Dave the other day.
Yeah.
I want to bring him back.
As long as he's available, I'll definitely bring him back.
I keep saying I'm going to text Dave, then I don't text Dave.
Yeah. Oh, they watched it. Nice. Nice. Okay, good. Did they watch the live stream or the edited episode? Because the edited episode's a little bit different, just doesn't have the pre and post show of whatever shenanigans we were talking about.
Ugh. You didn't get to watch Am I the Asshole?
Yeah.
All right. Ricky gets hot as balls. Look at the show in the row.
It is, yeah, it is a little haha. Let me see real quick. Let's see what's going on in the Sphere. We're just talking about Nate's poster. MJF does stuff. Yeah, let's get the show on the road. Tell me when you're ready, sir.
All right. Let me start recording. I should probably do that first.
You should, yes.
All right. 1, 2, 3. Oh, hang on.
Uh-oh.
1. Why is audition being janky here? Waiting, saving. What the fuck? That's weird. Don't make me restart our audition. I swear to fucking Christ. 1, 2, 3. Okay, that's much better.
Oh, okay, we're good to go?
Yeah, we're good.
All right, perfect.
All right, starting in 5, 4, 3, 2.
Midnight music.
Coming up this week on Kings of the Rings podcast, after a stellar Money in the Bank, we take a look back and examine what the road to SummerSlam looks like. On top of that, we're going to look at the entire schedule of the rest of the world of professional wrestling, which includes All In, All Out, a little bit of Payback, and then a bit of a fast lane. So sit back, relax, and make sure you're not on Twitter because you probably can't see anything anyways. Thanks, Elon. It is episode 346 of Kings of the Rings podcast, banking on Judgment exclusively on Wrestle Addict Radio, and it starts right now.
Midnight music.
Seriously, Elon, just pay your goddamn bills.
Dude, he can't.
It's horrible. What's being the richest man in the world for if you can't pay your goddamn bills?
Because how do you think he got rich, dude? He didn't pay his goddamn bills.
No, that's very true. That's very true. That's good. When you're rich, you don't have to pay bills.
when you're rich, you don't have bills.
Yeah, supposedly, but apparently now he
Bills
does.
pay you.
Yeah, now that he has real bills, he has no idea. What is this? What's a bill? Anywho, folks, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Kings of the Rings podcast, episode number 346. Of course, I am your host, King Ricky Rose. Thank you guys for joining us. If you like what you see, please like, share, subscribe. If you like what you're listening to, please like, share, subscribe, and tell all of your friends. It is myself and Willie T this week, and Will representing Judgment Day, just like Bailey during Money in the Bank. How are you doing, Will? How was your speaking of which? How was your 4th of July?
Oh, I did catch that Judgment Day. It was really funny. I was like, oh, Bailey's part of Judgment Day? Amazing. I hope it actually happens now. My week was solid, man. You know, I was supposed to go to Long Island for a cookout, but my friend's mom got sick, so we didn't go.
That sucks.
Which was a blessing in disguise because it rained a lot on Long Island. It rained a lot.
Oh, well, not by me, really.
So we went to a pancake factory and got the most delicious $20 milkshake. I'll send you a picture afterward. It had Reese's and 4 pancakes on top. It was delicious.
So you went to a pancake factory and got a milkshake.
Well, we also got pancake, dude. Okay, so we got pancake tacos.
Okay, so like kind of like what Taco Bell was trying to do for a while.
Yeah, so it's 3 big pancakes with scrambled eggs and Taylor ham and a sauce inside, and it was incredible. It was so good, dude. Yeah, it's Brownstone Pancake Factory in Jersey. It's
Interesting.
It's amazing.
Interesting. I actually did go to a cookout / birthday party. One of my close friends who lives in North Carolina, her family lives up in Northport. So I went to visit her and her husband, who I'm also good friends with. Her husband's in my fantasy football league. So we went for her sister's 30th birthday / July 4th cookout. So it was kind of killing 2 birds with 1 stone. And it was perfect. I rolled in at the right time, Will. I rolled in and... I walked into the back, and the dad had just finished making 5 slabs of ribs. Like, he was taking it off the grill as I walked in. I was like, do you need help, sir?
Dude, every now and then I need a good slab of ribs. Remember last year I told you I was really fiending ribs, and then it was Jazz's birthday. We went to a steakhouse, and I was like, I'm getting the ribs. I was scrolling through pictures the other day, and I saw those ribs, and made me want them all over again. Jazz, we're getting ribs.
Listen, man, ribs are amazing, especially if you know somebody who knows how to cook them right. It was great. So it was they're kind of a mixed blended family, so they're Italian and also African American. So I had like ribs, sausage and peppers, ziti, chicken, burger. It was beautiful.
Yeah, say less.
I didn't even leave with a plate. I left with a tray.
Oh my god, yeah, dude. Italians want you to eat what's there while you're there,
and then take the rest with you.
And then the African Americans want you to take it all home, so it works. Let's get a bunch of food to take home.
Yeah, I know, it's great. I left with a tray. It's gonna feed me for the next week, so I don't have to go grocery shopping.
Amazing. There's your BJ's for you right there, Black Italians.
I know, best of both worlds, absolutely fantastic. So we're gonna get into some stuff this week, especially Money in the Bank, because Money in the Bank was flipping phenomenal. We are going to talk all about that, but first and foremost, let's go into a little bit about what is going to go on for the rest of the wrestling summer outside of SummerSlam, which is like a little over a month away. This shit's going by really quickly. After SummerSlam, we have All In London, which apparently the numbers have started to go up a little bit for their ticket sales, so good for them. What I find interesting about this, Will, on top of everything else, is that a week after All In, they're doing All Out in Chicago.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense to me, man.
Yeah, I'm as flabbergasted as you are.
I have to ask, so it's like, who runs this business? Like, really, though? Because some of the decisions they make are just weird.
Yeah, is it just me? Or
no, it's not. I guarantee you, it's not.
Because I feel like their AEW is very fall heavy with a lot of her stuff. Because after All Out, you're then going to have Dynamite Grand Slam, which for God's sake should just be a pay-per-view at this point. And then after Grand Slam, you're going to have Full Gear, which is usually a fall special for them as well. You know, and then they kind of die out after that. So it just seems unbalanced. I think Blood and Guts is also potentially in the fall as well. Again, another Dynamite TV special that probably should be a pay-per-view. But they just seem so lopsided in one part of a year and kind of everywhere else.
Well, I'm fine with the quarterly pay-per-views. In fact, I prefer the quarterly pay-per-views because it makes them seem a little more special when they're not in Chicago. But yeah, I agree. I remember there were too many pay-per-view specials, like Winter Has Come, like The Night Has Fallen, Shamrock Slam, whatever the fuck they called it, you know.
Fighter Fest was one of them.
Fighter Fest. There was like the raid, like the Jericho's boat cruise. Like there was
yeah.
There was just too many like non-dynamites, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Along with their rampages, their YouTube specials, and now their Saturday night show, which ratings cut in half the next week.
Yeah, I don't know, because Money in the Bank was at 3 in the afternoon. I wasn't watching wrestling after that.
Oh, 3 in the afternoon was also incredible.
That was a great time slot.
Yeah, with the pre-show, it was like wrestling from 2 to 7. It was great.
Mwah,
It was
chef's
great.
kiss.
It was very nice. But when you watch AEW, like I said, we talked very heavily about Forbidden Door, and it was how great of a show it was. I praised it heavily, but it's just like, dude, you just don't know how to run a business, and honestly, that's what I like about the most about WWE is how they run their business. It's fucking fascinating.
Yeah, it's fascinating. It's wildly efficient. I just like the quarterly pay-per-views are perfectly fine, but they should be spaced out. You have All In, which is supposed to be, I guess, your summer, and All Out, which I guess is also your summer, or All In's supposed to be your spring, and All Out's your summer.
Yeah.
Number one, they're named too similarly, because I don't know which one's more significant. And now you're going to put those two a week apart from each other, so now you've wasted half of your quarterly pay-per-views in a week span.
Yeah. Well, actually, no. I think all in was first, right? So it's the bet with Meltzer, right?
Yes, All In is the first one. Yes,
and we're gonna go all in on our bet.
Yes,
and then once the bet paid off, like, okay, now we're gonna go all out.
Yeah.
So yeah, it is a little confusing, especially if they're back to back. I think if one's in the summer, one's in the winter, it makes a little more sense.
Yeah. Or something like that. Yeah. Like it's just a lot. Because essentially, like, if you compare it to WWE, and I try not to, but when you space out your pay-per-views, you should be able to build to all of these. And with a quarterly system like AEW was trying to implement, these should be easy builds.
Yeah.
But how do you build for what's supposed to be your biggest event ever in All In?
When the second biggest is like the week before or after.
Yeah. And then now you have to scramble to do All Out. Like,
I mean, WWE kind of did it with the SummerSlam backlash when Roman Reigns came back and won the title. We were all like, "What the fuck is going on here?" Like, oh, that's what's going on here.
Yeah,
we like that.
Yeah,
but WWE doesn't really do a good job of building from show to show either. Like Backlash was way different from the build to Money in the Bank. They didn't build off each other; they're almost completely separate.
Where I think they fixed it this time because Money in the Bank clearly set up SummerSlam real well.
Yes.
Real well, and we'll talk about that. So after all of this All In and All Outs and all this fiasco, we also have Payback was announced for Pittsburgh September 2nd. They're doing their premium live events a little bit earlier on, so this is probably going to be Labor Day weekend is going to be Payback.
Yeah, because July, early July, early August, early September.
Yeah, and
what's the October one? Fastlane?
It's going to be Fastlane in Indianapolis, October 7th. So they're doing things a little bit earlier on. For right now, we'll see how that kind of works out for them. It seems to be working well, pretty much thus far. And sometimes in between, you'll have NXT do something. I know Great American Bash, I think, is next week. For NXT. And that's going to be a premium live event, I believe, on a Sunday. So it's going to be interesting. So that's kind of what the schedule looks like for right now for all of your big wrestling stuff.
I do love the Saturday pay-per-views. I mean, I did like Sunday, but Sunday nights because everyone's home Sunday night.
Sure.
Right now it's like I have to make sure I'm home on a Saturday night, whereas it's like maybe I want to do date night, or maybe I want to go have pizza at my friend's house. Whatever. I have a life.
Yeah.
But Saturday afternoon was so refreshing. It was great.
Oh,
awesome.
Saturday afternoon was great. Yeah. So can we start doing more PLEs at 3? Yes, I agree, Alexa. We should do more PLEs at 3. Well, let's talk about the PLE that did happen at 3 from London, England. Money in the Bank. God damn it, WWE did it again, and god damn it, the UK crowd did it again.
I think John Cena just nailed it. It's like sometimes you kind of hijack the show, but good. That's why we like you.
I love how Triple H. I don't know if you watched The Presser.
I never watched The Pressers.
The Presser's fun.
You watch them for me. I don't need to watch them.
Yeah. So Triple H was like, "Yeah, leave it to John Cena to put me in a sticky position that I can't answer for afterwards."
Oh, dude, you knew what he was. Shut up, Triple H. Shut up, Paul. You knew what he was going to say. You knew he was going to say. You let him go out there. You're in charge.
Yeah. So the interesting thing about what Paul was saying in the presser, according to Paul, Triple H Levesque, he said the gate for Money in the Bank, I believe, was the largest gate in the history of WWE. Money-wise. Largest arena gate, not stadium gate, largest arena gate. He made that specific.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I wonder how much that's to do with UK inflation, because UK inflation is fucking nuts.
Yeah, we had someone respond saying that the prices were kind of wild. He also said, because I'll pull it up because I did tweet about this like right after the show. Yeah, Money in the Bank, highest grossing arena event in the history of WWE. SmackDown, highest grossing SmackDown in history.
Wow.
Yeah. At that point, I was like, give London a WrestleMania. And we were going to talk about that. But let's go down some of the crazy stuff on the card, particularly Priest won. Priest won the men's Money in the Bank. And also, number 2, no one fucking cashed in on the same night. Thank God.
Thank God.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, hey, I told you all this was happening. Priest was going to win. It's like my gut was telling me, like, it makes the most sense. He's a dark horse. He needs it the most. And the story of Raw is surrounded by Judgment Day.
Yeah, Judgment Day runs Raw.
And they've been teasing the breakup of Judgment Day between Balor and Priest.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah, Priest has this thing, and it's always better on a heel. Doesn't make sense to go on Logan. He doesn't need it. He's there to bring eyeballs.
Mm-hmm.
It'd be cool for Logan to have it, but he would never be there to use it.
Yeah, LA Knight.
LA Knight, I was like, he's on SmackDown. That was my thing. He's on SmackDown. I know you can cash in anywhere, but then you got to move him over to Raw. So.
Oh, because cashing it on Seth is what you mean. Okay, gotcha.
Right.
Yeah.
So, like, it made the most sense to me that a Raw superstar would win, even though LA Knight would move over. But if LA Knight was going to win, they would have just drafted him to Raw.
Yeah, Priest also looks big. Like he looks
great.
He looks fantastic. Yeah, and he won his match.
It's also a reward for how good he did with Bad Bunny, carrying him through that match.
Yeah, and he won his match too on Monday, because usually Money in the Bank people start to lose, but he won his match.
Yeah.
So we're doing things a little bit different. I loved this men's Money in the Bank match. Some wild stuff that happened in there. Logan Paul needs to buy Ricochet like a steak dinner, because Ricochet essentially saved his life with that Spanish fly.
How is that spot supposed to go? Because they
both
got caught in the second rope.
From what I saw, Ricochet, because LA Knight, kind of tips the ladder over. They're supposed to catch themselves on the rope like Ricochet did. And Logan Paul, I just think, was exhausted. Like, even before that spot, you can see Logan Paul totally underestimated what he was getting himself into. Like, he tried to frog splash Priest on the ladder, and that ladder didn't break.
Ladder didn't break. Ricochet did a 450 that I don't know if he undershot it, if he did it on purpose, but it didn't look right.
Yeah, so when you get to the Spanish fly spot, Logan Paul fucks up catching himself on the rope.
Yeah,
and he's struggling, and Ricochet kind of just grabbed him and
held him up
and held him.
Then, yeah.
And if you look at it when they showed the Skycam footage of it, Ricochet actually kind of forcibly tucks Logan Paul's head to the side so that he doesn't fuck up his neck. If you look at it again, Ricochet saves him from a really bad injury. And props to Ricochet for doing so.
I mean, he's a veteran, man. Guy knows what he's doing, and he's the acrobat, so no one you'd rather have save your life.
Yeah, no, it was a great save by Ricochet. It looked scary, though. It looked real scary.
Yeah.
But that's
the match was fine.
Yeah.
It was a little sloppy. I thought the women's match was way better, which I rarely say for a Money in the Bank, like a gimmick match. Mm-hmm. I think the women they told a way better story.
At the end, the story at the end was great.
Yeah, men might have had more acrobatics and high spots, but women told a better story. At the end of the day, wrestling's about telling stories. So I thought the women stole the show with that ladder match, to be honest, in terms of the Money in the Banks.
Yeah, no, it was great. Everybody had a chance to shine. I loved how they gave everybody pretty much an entrance. Like, Brawl and Brutes had the rugby outfit.
Yep.
Santos came in his traditional big Mexican attire, which I thought was really cool.
Michael Cole didn't know what a cricket bat was.
Oh yeah, I forgot they used the cricket bat. I was like, that's awesome. Yeah. Wade Barrett, I think, probably had the best time announcing on Saturday as well.
Wade Barrett's gotten better. At announcing. Him and Cole were a little rocky at first, but they found that no Pat McAfee, but Wade Barrett had impossible shoes to fill, but him and Cole have kind of found their ground, and he's fine.
Yeah, no, it was good, and congratulations.
Dalton just went yard.
Oh, he will in a second. I'm a little bit on the delay. But yeah, no, I'm very excited for Priest, where this goes. I like his little teasing thing. Judgment, the balance of power in Judgment Day is kind of weird. Finn's your supposed leader, but you have Priest's Money in the Bank, and Rhea's kind of the highest ranking champion in Judgment Day.
Yeah, well, the whole thing of the thing of the story is, though, like, the whole point of Judgment Day, like, after Edge was kicked out, they cut a promo saying we don't have a leader.
Yeah.
There is no leader. Mm-hmm. But now they're kind of arguing over who's the leader.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jarlath has 13 hits this season, 9 home runs.
Amazing.
Unbelievable.
Amazing.
So it's just like, so you're feuding over something you never cared about. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
That's why I think Judgment Day for me overall has been a big flop. Like we talked about last week, Rhea's a star, but not because of Judgment Day.
Yeah.
Judgment Day's been great for Dom, but
It's done wonders for Dom.
Yeah,
it's finally paying off for Priest.
It is something to pay. Well, I think, no, because the breakup is going to be better for Priest, not the actual thing itself. Like, before this, Priest wasn't on WrestleMania. Remember that. He was not on WrestleMania at all.
That's correct.
So, Judgment Day really hasn't done anything for Priest. The breakup is going to be because of Priest. That's going to do wonders for him.
Mm-hmm. But Priest is
stuck eating all the L's.
Yeah, Priest is on the way up, especially with his Money in the Bank briefcase, and they are going to show up. All of Judgment Day is again now showing up on NXT to mess around with Carmelo Hayes next week.
Yep.
So, listen, Judgment Day is doing a lot of work for the brands, and I also love how, in particular, not only just Judgment Day, how they started to weave the people who they want to essentially groom to be big stars, like Carmelo Hayes, into kind of the raw stuff. Like, I cannot wait for Carmelo Hayes to come up again.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, the guy's incredible. And Trick. Big Trick, too.
That's what I was scared for when Melo came up just to face Finn. Trick wasn't with him. I was like, oh, it's like, come on.
No.
Bring
we
Trick.
like Trick. Please.
Yeah. It's like, please bring Trick. Oh, man. But no, Carmelo's going to be awesome when he comes up. And Priest, whenever he cashes in, it's going to be a sight.
I think Carmelo needs to bulk up a little more muscle.
Not too much. Not too much.
He might lose his aerodynamics, but slow down and bulk up, dude. That's always safe in wrestling.
Yeah, not too much though, because he has a great physique, and he's still in his late 20s, I believe. He's got time.
He's a baby.
He's got time. Let's move on. Speaking of the women's match, Io in the Bank, which everybody kind of saw coming.
Not me. I had to eat a piece of shit on this one.
Yeah,
but phenomenal finish.
Phenomenal finish.
I loved it.
We have face mask Trish again, because she did legitimately screw up her nose. So she's wearing the exact same face mask from when she faced Lita.
That's funny.
In the main event. Yeah, this match was great. Io was Io. I still don't know for the life of me how Io did the moonsault off of like the giant ladder and not fall out of the ring. Because she got
crazy,
close.
Man.
Yeah,
she's crazy, man. She's fucking crazy. But Becky and Trish had their storyline with Zoe Stark. Right, Bailey pushed Io off the ladder, and she's like, "Fuck both of y'all with this bullshit." She's literally just like, you two, both of you, with your stupid feud this past year, been holding me back. Fuck both of you. You're cuffed. I'm going up.
The visuals are great. I love the use of the handcuffs.
Yeah, I love the handcuffs.
Yeah, love the use of the handcuffs. I also love Becky Lynch clearly doing cosplay as Rogue from X-Men.
Oh, that's who she was.
It was Rogue from X-Men.
Yeah, I was trying to figure it out. I was like, Ricky's gonna know. I'm gonna like it.
Oh, I knew. Charles and I knew it like as soon as she came. I was like, oh, that's Rogue. Unfortunately, Seth didn't come out as Gambit because that would have been right there for him, but it didn't happen.
No one else really came out as anything, to be honest.
Yeah, no,
that was a little underwhelming.
I was expecting Zelina to come out with something, but she did not. I did love Zelina always finding a way to use the chancla as a formidable weapon.
Yeah, it works. It works.
The code red that Selena used, the Zoe Stark, was...
Dude, Zoe Stark was like, fuck this, I'm actually tucking my head. I was like, dude, that made me pop. Honestly, it's kind of weird. When I watch wrestling, I really like something, I laugh at it.
Yeah.
So, like, that happened, I was like, like, when I enjoy wrestling, I laugh at it. It's weird. Yeah. But that spot pops me really hard in my living room.
Yeah, that code red, whew. Man, that was a rough
Ow.
spot. Yeah.
Ow, dude.
Was it
Fucking
just
ow.
me, or did like none of the tables or ladders or anything break the way they were supposed to for the Money in the Bank matches?
Well, that I always wondered that. Because I saw that the like the Logan spot specifically. I'm like, was that ladder supposed to break and it just didn't?
It's
But
because
I
of the way
almost-
they didn't hit the Spanish Fly clean like they were supposed to.
But
That's why.
I also think the ladder wasn't necessarily supposed to break because I think you would rather have it not break so it would hurt less.
Well, no, you want to have it you want to have it break.
So it only breaks when I fall from distance. It's like a high distance.
Yeah, because
And
it's,
usually
it's more force and momentum coming down, and it's physics, really. Yeah.
right. But you typically don't put someone through a ladder. Usually, like they go through the ladder by themselves.
Yeah.
Like when was the last time you saw two people go through a ladder like you do a table?
It's probably an NXT ladder match of some sort.
Maybe.
Yeah, but it's all about how much force is coming down. But like, if it doesn't break, then all of that force comes back up and hits you. So like, if you break it, it kind of goes down. So you're not taking like all of that. That's one thing. So like, it not breaking kind of sucks. It's like when tables don't break, that fucking hurts. Like
Yeah,
knocks the
announce
wind
table.
out of you.
The
Yeah,
announce table. You're like, ooh.
yeah, shit hurts. But no, the handcuff spot was great. I loved how it was Becky and Bayley that got handcuffed, because you can it's a symbolism like the two people who are the four horsewomen who always get the spots handcuffing everybody else. Now they're handcuffed and they can't go any higher. And I think it was a cool visual.
Yeah, it was great.
Cool visual. This is going to be fantastic for EL. She's cashing in on Asuka, I think.
Yeah, for sure.
I think she's cashing in on Asuka.
That's the feud you want, dude. That's a good Mania feud right there.
Oh my god, can you imagine the promos for them?
No. I'm gonna have no idea what they're saying.
That's the best part. They're just gonna be screaming, and then like Io's gonna be like, "Bitch,
Bitch. I'm about it, dude.
It's gonna be so much fun. So we have Mr. and Miss Money in the Bank. So let's play a little bit of a game here, since we have some time to kill. Who cashes in first?
Ooh. EO.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, I think EO.
When does she cash in then?
I think that's at SummerSlam.
Okay.
Because they're really going for that triple threat at SummerSlam, which I think is gonna be amazing.
Oh yeah.
And you want Rhea to have a nice long run with that belt.
Mm-hmm.
So I think at SummerSlam would be good, and you got a good feud going into the fall.
Okay. When Priest cashes in, I don't think anytime soon. I think he has to hold that for a little bit longer.
Dude, honestly, I could see him going the full year and then letting it expire. Because that's never happened before.
I would hate that for him so much.
They say it's good for a full year. No one's gone the full year and holding it for a full year.
People get close, but it hasn't gone a full year, yeah.
The longest was what? Ziggler?
It might have been Carmella.
Carmella
took forever.
It was Carmella. Yeah, it was Carmella.
She cashed in the night after, and that was in
The SmackDown after.
SmackDown after, yeah. It was New Orleans when we were on a plane.
Yeah, I'm glad we were on that plane.
Well, that was the Carmella cash in. That was the Shinsuke debut too.
Yep. I think Bobby Roode was on that show too.
No, Rude debuted SmackDown.
Roode was the next year.
Rude was SummerSlam.
Ah.
Something like that. Yeah, Rude was a post SummerSlam debut, which is good. That was also the same night that Shelton Benjamin returned.
Shelton
Benjamin. Yeah, back in catering somewhere. But let's move on.
Good for you, man. Happy for her. She definitely deserves it.
Yes, and then the cinematic match of the night, clearly, the Usos, in a tag team match, defeated Roman and Solo, with the MVPs of this match being...
Unbelievable.
Yes. The MVPs of this match being the London crowd, with stand up if you hate Roman and sit down if you hate Roman. God, I love a London crowd so much for that. Roman finally taking a pin. Granted, it was in a non-title match. Granted, it was also in a tag team match. Roman Reigns, the undisputed Universal Heavyweight Champion, a.k.a. the man who walks around with 3 belts because he's that big of an asshole, took a pin and ate the pin for the first time, 3.5 years?
Yeah,
Something like-
December 2019.
Yep, 3.5 years with Jey Uso pinning him. Jey Uso is the first person to ever pin Roman in a WWE ring when Roman was originally part of the Shield. So Jey Uso pins him again, and is this the end of the Bloodline storyline as we know it?
I don't know, man. I mean, where else do they go from here? Like, it did feel like the end of the story. Like Michael Cole said it best. Roman Reigns has lost his mystique. He has lost his invincibility, and he has lost pretty much his dominance. And that's exactly what I felt when he got pinned. I was just like, oh, it's over. Like, I felt like he lost the belt.
Yeah, but he kept the belt.
Yeah, it does, but it's just the reverence we have towards Roman Reigns is it's not this, for me at least, it's not the same anymore. It's going to be very interesting to see how he bounces back from this and what happens moving forward. But like, this was wild. I really thought he was gonna hold that streak until he lost the belt, which I think he should, because now it's just like, well, he already lost. So it's not as big of a, whoever beats him, it's not as big of a deal. Like, it's almost gonna sound weird. You got to build Roman Reigns back up now, because he's been taking L after L after L. Because think about it, WrestleMania he won.
Yeah,
He hasn't won or looked strong since. He took Backlash off. They lost. Solo took the pin in Saudi.
yes,
Roman
he
took
did.
Roman took the pin in London.
Yeah, and then also Roman's been taking a lot of kicks.
Yes.
As well to the face.
A lot of kicks.
A lot of kicks to the face. It is interesting. Although it is a loss on Roman, he's still the champion. He still has an over 1,000-day reign as champion. He's still running around with 3 fucking belts, which is fantastic. Also, by the way, Paul Heyman's promo during the pre-show.
Oh my God, he was in
beautiful.
Tears. It was so good. I was like, he's gonna kill these kids.
Beautiful. But to me, it's kind of just a dink right now, because there wasn't anything like of significance on the line except for pride, but it still showed how great of a story it was, because the crowd was just eating this up. And it shows you how far they have come. Now, the thing is, what's on the line? What's next for Roman here? Because again, it's still kind of it's a little bit of a dink. He's still the champion. I think you put Jey versus Roman at SummerSlam for the title.
I agree.
I think that's the next logical step.
And I honestly, last week I would have said Roman wins. This week I'm saying I wouldn't be shocked if Jey won.
That would be crazy.
It would be really crazy.
Yeah.
Because this guy, Jey Uso, literally has been the MVP of this unsung hero of this storyline. We'll call him like our Oscar winner, Jey Uso.
Yeah.
And like his matches, his acting, his promos, his presence, his turns, his facials, everything this guy does has been gold. But I still don't think he's the person to take the belt off of him. I don't think it's like can Jey Uso do all of this on his own outside of the Bloodline storyline? Like, could Jey Uso do this with an LA Knight?
Ooh, I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Like, you know what I mean? I mean, like, he's a tag team guy.
Yeah.
But if it's 1999, if it's 2001, 2002, 2003, and I told you, can this Edge guy really hold a program with Triple H on his own?
You probably say no. I'd probably say no.
I'd probably say no.
Yeah.
But then again, Jey Uso's been in this company for over 10 years.
And he's got a whole family.
Yeah.
That's been he should know this business by now.
So could he do it? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. And the fact I'm saying I don't know kind of means I have my answer.
Yeah.
Because he's been so good, but he's been so good in his comfort zone. He's working with your cousin, you're working with your family. Mm-hmm. And you have creative reign to do pretty much whatever Roman says.
Yeah.
Take all that away? Can he stand on his own? I hope so, because I really fucking like him.
Yeah. Yeah, I really do. I mean, there's so many different possibilities you can do with this at SummerSlam. Because, like you said, Roman kind of needs to kind of get his dominance again. What better way than to beat up Jey?
Yeah.
You know?
Just like he did Hell in a Cell.
Mm-hmm. You could run it back and have, like, someone throw in the towel for Jey if he gets beat down so badly.
Yeah, he's got to get his heat back.
Yeah, the cool thing about right now is that Roman is kind of a loose cannon. I mean, there's always the story of everybody always turns on Roman, which is like a recurring theme of his career. Like everybody turns on Roman at some point in their career.
It really is.
But the thing is, how does Roman do kind of on his own without any help, and just kind of his lackey Paul or his simp Paul with him all the time, carrying all the belts. I also don't know how Paul just carries all those belts are heavy. Okay,
He's a big dude. He's not really in shape.
Yeah, those belts are heavy, just to carry around all the time. So it's an interesting story. Where could they go? And also you have the Solo issue. Because now they planted the seed that Solo could run the bloodline. And what does Solo do now?
No, they didn't. Stop
Yeah, they
it.
did. They did on SmackDown.
Yeah, they tried. But Solo is very much still with Roman. He didn't show any sign of dissent in the match.
For now.
He's going to turn eventually.
Yeah.
That was another thing I was thinking. Like, when Roman was walking out, first off, he was glistening and so shiny and beautiful. But I was thinking, man, what happens to Solo when this wraps up?
That is a big question. Solo's, of anybody in pro wrestling, especially in WWE, Solo has probably been the most protected talent for the last, not ever since he debuted at Clash of the Castle.
For sure, but did Usos come back being tag champs and continue their thing? Jey Uso can go on his own. Solo, without the bloodline, is a nobody.
Because he can't speak.
Exactly. His in-ring is fine.
Mm-hmm.
He's protected by the talent around him.
Yeah.
He doesn't have the opportunity to speak. So it's like, once he's on his own, what's going to happen to Solo? It's like, oh yeah, this kid's still green.
Yeah, unless he betrays Roman and goes with his older brothers.
Yeah, which I think he's going to do eventually.
Which I think I was telling Charles. I think I was talking to Charles about this when this happened. Here's the stupid, dumb, marky, ridiculous scenario. I want Solo to turn on Roman. And so all the Usos are kind of back together. All the direct bloodline Usos are back together. And then all of a sudden, I want them to put Rikishi's yellow sunglasses on Solo.
Yeah, to have him dance.
And then, they all get on the line and start doing the dance.
Well, dude, that was my fancy drafting. Why I drafted what's his name, the Quincy Elliott.
Yes,
that's me his whole gimmick. And then they all give Roman a stink face, all three of them.
Yeah,
at once.
all at once.
So much hips and gyrations.
It'd be amazing. That's my future for Solo. Usos and Solo just start doing the Too Cool Rikishi dance for the rest of their career. That's how they become faces again. That's how they become faces. But I love where this is going. We have on Friday from Madison Square Garden on SmackDown the trial of Roman Reigns. The Usos are going to put Roman on trial, which is going to be interesting.
What the fuck does that mean?
I have no clue. I'm not going to be there for it, but I'll be watching it from my living room.
Like I was saying, like he's no longer a tribal chief?
I guess. I don't know.
So you guys left the bloodline, now you're going to try and take over? Now you're staging a coup? See, I told you, dude, it's Revolutionary War. What did I tell you? It should have been a revolution.
Wouldn't this be more of a coup?
Oh, Law and Order SVU Us is really funny for us. That's a really good one.
Law and Order SVU was a meme somewhere. That is a really good one. So who knows? MSG SmackDown is going to be pretty crazy. You have Roman, you have the Bloodline. Edge is coming back as well. He's going to be on the Grayson Waller show. So
that should be fun.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. Speaking of Grayson Waller, he mic checks some John Cena. I almost screamed when I heard John Cena's music. I said, "Excuse me?"
Yeah, I laughed. Again, I laughed. When I like wrestling, I laugh at it. I was like, I fucking love this guy.
Yeah.
I was like, but what are you doing here?
Yeah, I was like, he started talking and he was rambling, and at the point I was like, get to the point, John.
Yeah, he's like, we get it. You're surprised, and usually you chant I suck, but you're singing my song, which I popped for. I'm not going to lie. I thought that was really funny, too. He's like, yeah, I'll sing My Time Is Now. I was like, they were.
But it's like, yeah, John, why are you here? Get to the point. And he's like, I'm here to potentially bring WrestleMania to London, and the place, that might have been the biggest pop of the night.
It was.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. Why tease it?
I think it was a very clever, it's not a tease. I think that's smoke and mirrors. It's not a tease. I'm going to break this down because I'm going to do a Watch the Throne about how this is probably going to work. I think that's them telling them, we're bringing WrestleMania overseas to London. We just don't know when yet.
Yeah, so why not announce it then?
Because they don't know yet. They don't know when. I think there is a plan to do that, because if you look at it, and it's going to be a little quick breakdown, but if you look at it, 4 of the 5 paper premium live events have been not in America. The only one was WrestleMania. You had, Elimination Chamber, Montreal. You went back to LA for WrestleMania. Then you went to Saudi for Night of Champions.
And then they Puerto Rico, which
Puerto Rico Backlash.
America, but
yeah, but continental U.S.
Yeah.
So Puerto Rico Backlash, and now Money in the Bank in London. They're experimenting with doing more overseas and outside of the continental U.S. and rightfully so, because that London crowd is amazing. Can you imagine what they can do for WrestleMania?
Oh, it's gonna be nuts, dude.
Yeah,
it's gonna be fucking nuts.
Yeah.
What do you think? Like, so it's that Philly's next year.
Philly's next year. There's nothing been announced.
Nashville.
Oh, if it's not, we better hit up Will Gray if it's Nashville.
Oh, we're going to Nashville. I know a handful of people in Nashville. Like, we're gonna be there for like a week.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's gonna be awesome.
Yeah. So no, the only one that's confirmed is Philly. They have not announced 41 yet. But I'm going to go out on prediction and say by WrestleMania 50, where there will be at least one WrestleMania that is going to be in London. So somewhere in the 40s, I think it's going to happen. 50 is going to be in the continental U.S. Guaranteed.
Yeah. No, I would say I would probably guess 42 or 43 or 44 will be in
London.
LA. London, excuse me.
Yeah.
Do you wish they do 50? Did they just do it on the moon?
That would be pretty crazy.
By WrestleMania 50, Elon will get to Mars. We'll do WrestleMania Mars.
No, 50.
And the main event is Elon versus Zuck.
Yeah, right. That might actually happen.
I know. It's not nuts. Oh, no. Elon's mom said he can't do it.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a shame.
That actually happened.
Damn. Wow. No, 50, if anything, 50 should be in New York.
God, it's going to be so expensive.
I don't fucking care at that point. Like 50 in New York, yeah.
New York is WWE's home base. It should be in New York. You're right.
They should go.
I mean, when you say New York, you mean New Jersey.
New York, well, the New York, New Jersey area. So, like, I'm thinking, like, they need to utilize all those arenas. Because, listen, you can have NXT at freaking Barclays that weekend. You can have Raw at MSG. You can have SmackDown at UBS. Like, there are so many arenas that WWE can use in that week for all of that. Make it a spectacle if it's going to be at 50.
SmackDown is at, they're not going to go to UBS because that's too far, and that's too far out.
It's not that far out, but you could take a train there now. No.
SmackDown's in Brooklyn. WrestleMania's at MetLife.
Raw's at MSG.
Raw's at MSG.
Raw after WrestleMania would need to be in MSG.
NXT's at Arthur Ashe.
They call it NXT Dynamite Grand Slam.
NXT Wimbledon.
NXT Wimbledon.
That's tennis, right? Wimbledon.
Wimbledon is tennis. It's
okay. I want to make
club.
sure.
Yeah, that one's in England. So yeah, I do believe that we will be seeing a WrestleMania in London, and they are actively doing their research on how to pull this off, and they're going to get a little help, and I'll explain all of that when I do my Watch the Throne. Cena was then mic checked by Grayson Waller, who held his own in comparison to the time he went up against Charlotte.
Yeah.
Because I don't know if you saw the clip with him and Charlotte. Charlotte made him look bad.
Yeah, Charlotte, didn't do him any justice. That's for sure.
He also looked flustered to be in Charlotte's presence.
I mean,
as well.
So much plastic in one place.
But in this instant, Grayson held his own. It was great that he's Australian in the UK because they don't like Aussies, so he played that up really well with them. And listen, man.
Still say it's nothing.
And he was like, "Why don't they bring WrestleMania to Australia?" And I think that was Grayson Waller talking out of his ass.
Yeah. Probably.
Like, I don't think they're going to go to Australia yet.
No, not a chance, dude. Not a chance. The time zones are too different.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to go to Australia.
Because no matter what you say, dude, WrestleMania is still wrestling in general is for an American audience.
Mm-hmm.
Like Saturday and Sunday afternoon for a London crowd, that's fine.
Could you imagine Saturday and Sunday afternoon WrestleMania? Because they'd be in London, it'd be perfect.
Yeah, it'd be awesome.
It'd be absolutely awesome. That'd be nuts. But I do believe in this kind of thing as well. I think this is going to set up Grayson Waller versus Cena at SummerSlam.
Oh. I don't know, man.
I don't think this is a one-off. I don't think it's a one-off.
They mentioned Austin Theory in that promo, and I was like, oh yeah, he wrestled John Cena, and that did nothing for him.
Well, because John Cena called the promo. He's like, even if you win, this nothing. It's like, wow, you just buried Theory.
Yeah,
Thanks.
like Theory has had no buzz. I forgot he was U.S. champion. He wasn't on the card. He hasn't been on any card.
No, he was on SmackDown the last time he was on the card.
Okay, so he's on SmackDown, but like, was he in? Did he do anything in Puerto Rico?
Oh, I want to say no.
Did he do anything in Saudi?
Did he defend in Saudi? No.
I'm asking. I don't remember.
I don't believe he defended in Saudi.
So either way, I can't remember. So what did beating John Cena at WrestleMania do for him?
Nothing. Just like John Cena said, what was going to happen.
So it's like, do I want to see Grayson Waller lose to John Cena? No. Not really. But John Cena needs a win, dude. He hasn't won because Grayson Waller said it. You haven't won a match since they didn't mention the tag team match on the December 30th, the 31st, whatever it was, this of last year.
Yeah, the end of a year match. Yeah.
Yeah, with Sammy and KO, whatever.
Yeah.
But like, Cena hasn't done anything of note other than lose, so he needs to win. He's gonna beat Grayson Waller, but it's like, what's that gonna do for Grayson? Nothing.
Yeah, I mean, again, this all could just be like this all could have just been a wasting time segment. But you also have the fact that Grayson Waller hasn't been on TV in a while either. But Grayson's also going to be going up against Edge on the Grayson Waller effect on SmackDown as well. So it could be Grayson Waller Edge as well.
Yeah, that's something that's worth seeing.
Yeah, I mean, say what you want about Grayson Waller. They like this man. He's essentially a mixture of Miz and Theory. He is, and I mean he's shown he can work with other talent. Like, remember, he's the one that retired Gargano.
Oh, Grayson is.
Yeah, Grayson's the one that retired Gargano from NXT. Because remember, he interrupted Gargano's goodbye speech.
Yes.
Yeah. So listen, they're high on Grayson. I've been high on Grayson. I think he's a great heel. And I think
he's a pretty good heel.
Yeah, he's a good heel, and he can hold his own so far. So big thing we got out here. WrestleMania is coming to London, and I will go bankrupt going to London for WrestleMania.
I will not.
I would love to go because I just want to go. Like, just the London atmosphere is something I've always really enjoyed.
I would love to go. Depending what year that is, I could be rich by then. So maybe I will go.
Yeah. Just flying over across the pond. You got to get used to the whole left side of the road thing.
I'm not gonna drive.
I'm just saying, but also think about that when you're like crossing a street. You make sure you got to look the right way.
That's true. Well, left, right, left. Come on, Ricky. We're kids here.
Yeah,
left,
I mean, you
right,
look, yeah,
we
go
right, left, right, like
something like that. Yeah, it's weird. I've been playing a lot of Watch Dogs Legion in London, which I just beat the game last week. Anywho, let's move along to the rest of this card. Again, one of the other biggest shockers that I did not see coming. Shayna finally fucking turned on Ronda.
Shocking.
Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck is going on? Why? They really don't care about these tag titles, do they? Like, at all?
Well, I told you about, Liv getting injured was a fluke, and they were going to just give them back the belts. So I continue. By the way, Liv Morgan looking like Ginger Spice, except with blonde hair. Phenomenal. I was like, you got the assignment, Liv. But again, I think this sets up Ronda and Shayna at SummerSlam. Here's what I'm going to say. Ronda, Shayna, fight pit, SummerSlam.
Yeah, that's what they need. Because there's rumors now that Amanda Nunes retired, Ronda's going to go back to UFC. Because she can actually win.
No one tell Holly Holmes. Yeah, right?
Ronda, yeah, she'll fuck up Ronda again. Or did Ronda fuck her up like 3 times? No, no.
Holly's the first one to beat her. She's the daughter of a
blonde one.
Yeah, daughter of a preacher. Right. Yeah.
I was thinking of Liz Carmouche, whatever her name is, the other one, the brunette, the big titties.
Who?
The fighter who couldn't beat Rousey.
Not Misha Tate.
Misha Tate. It was Misha Tate. I was thinking of Misha Tate.
Ah, gotcha. Yeah, now I do love and Fretz, I see your outdate thing. That's dirt sheet stuff. So we don't know what her contract is. But I love the Shayna. I love the Shayna turn. I didn't see it coming, but once I saw it, I was like, oh, finally, we're gonna give Shayna something. Did you watch the promo on Monday?
I did not.
Okay, so here's how it goes, because you will love everything about this, Will, because it's totally stuff we talked about on this podcast, specifically you. Ronda's in the ring. The second she's about to speak, Shayna's music hits.
Amazing.
And Shayna goes, I think I speak for everyone when we say we're tired of seeing you try to speak on a microphone.
Facts.
And so Ronda seems blindsided because Ronda's like, I've been for you. I was like, we've been friends for so long. I've always been there for you. And Shayna's like, Shayna literally goes off. She goes, you're such a, she pretty much, she mutes herself, but she goes, she wants to say, you're such a narcissistic bitch. And she's like, where were you when I was putting rings together just so I can get on the card for maybe 30 people? Where were you when I was filling out applications just so I can think about getting a tryout? And then she said, if it wasn't for me, you would have never been in WWE, and my biggest regret is bringing you into this world. Yeah. So it felt like she was letting off some steam. Like this might have been some real, like, heat. She was like, I worked my ass off, and you just waltzed in right through the back door to WrestleMania.
Yeah, storyline. I think they're still friends in real life.
No, I definitely think they're still friends. But I'm just glad.
Steam, heat.
Yeah. I'm just glad that they let Shayna finally start
talk some shit.
Because remember when she was coming up in NXT and she would do those promos and she had like the leather jacket and stuff. Mm-hmm. We're like, oh, we've got something. Like Shayna can talk some shit. We've got something here. And then they went away from that because Ronda became the big thing. So I'm glad this is going somewhere. And I do like I like Shayna's submission magician. Shayna should be coming back. Very excited for this, but huge shocker. Not gonna lie, huge shocker. You know what made it a huge shocker? Because she literally just clocked Ronda out of nowhere.
Yeah, like she was just out of nowhere. Just why?
Yeah.
What the fuck happens? Even Liv was just like, "What am I watching?"
She's like, "What the fuck? We didn't talk about this backstage."
Can you imagine? Imagine that was actually true.
Honestly, I wouldn't put it past the town because I know the town just likes to rip everybody on like live TV from time to time. So I wouldn't put it past them if they were like, "Yo, they got out of the production meeting and then like they kept Shayna and Ronda like, all right, Shayna, you're gonna turn and just not tell them."
Like Liv, you and Raquel are going over, but here's how. And then in the back of my mind, that's not how, not at all.
Here's how it's really gonna happen.
Finley's just trolling.
I honestly, if I was in that position and I had confidence in my performance, I would do the same thing.
Yeah.
Like not all the time, but like from time to time, you know. Because sometimes it's good to have like a real guttural reaction.
Facts. There's someone can't act.
Exactly. Yeah. You force it out of them. So that was good. So Liv and Raquel back as the tag team champions. Shayna and Ronda I really hope they set up Fight Pit. Moving along. Cody and Brock 3. Like we didn't see this coming because Cody and Brock 3 is coming at SummerSlam because we all saw this coming.
Yep.
You know, we're not going to talk about Cody and Dom at SummerSlam because Cody kind of just beat the crap out of Dom pretty handedly.
Yeah, it's pretty nice. It's fun to watch. Good.
You know, what I enjoy, and originally on SmackDown, Michael Cole had said that was going to be the main event. And that was clearly a mistake. But everybody on Twitter was like, oh, why is Cody and Dom the main event? I was like, guys, Brock's coming back. Like, that's why that would have been the main event. It wasn't, but Brock came out on Monday because Brock probably didn't want...
Cody Dom was going to main event Money in the Bank. I did see that tweet. I was like, this can't be real.
Yeah.
He's stupid enough to fall for this.
Michael Cole said it on SmackDown. People were like, what the fuck? Yeah. But I bet you it was because Brock didn't want to fly to London. I bet you that's probably what it was.
Thank God, dude. I didn't want Roman Reigns being pinned in the middle of the card.
No, it's a good call. What I found interesting about Cody's gear, what someone pointed out, Cody flipped the color scheme of his gear. Instead of it being like red, white, blue, it was blue, red, white, like the colors of the Union Jack of a British flag.
That's funny.
Yeah, so the predominant color was blue on his gear instead of, red, white, and blue. So he switched the colors around. I was like, oh, that's crazy. What is also crazy about Cody coming out, that UK crowd knew the first and the second verse of his song.
Dude, I can't make out what the fuck the words say. I would need like lyrics, the sheet music.
I just want to go to one of the meetings where like the UK crowd figures out all of this. Like, where's the Reddit board for all of this?
Yeah, who's the composer? Like, getting the crowd in order.
Yeah,
We're all gonna chant this at this time.
Seriously, like they have songs, they have chants. Like where's do they practice in groups? Like, do they get graded on how they do? Like, I just want to know. I just want to be a part.
Like, no, you can't sing anymore. Your voice sucks.
Yeah, I just want to know, how does it go? Do we all get drunk at the same place and then come together?
Oh yes, of course.
Well,
that's a given.
Yes. That's half the reason I want to be for a London wrestling event. Not for a wrestling event in London, for the pub crawl afterwards.
And before.
And
during. It's probably like a beer stand crawl in the arena.
Probably. That's why I can't wait for it. But yeah, Cody and Brock, again, another SummerSlam setup. Money in the Bank did perfectly well to set up all of your main storylines for SummerSlam. I don't know what you do for Cody and Brock for this. Is it a specialty match, or is this just a blow-up match?
Dude, I forgot they were feuding, to be honest.
Yeah, Brock takes breaks.
He does do that.
Yeah.
I don't know, I think a first blood match would be cool.
Cody loses that. Cody loses really quickly.
I know, dude. They both bleed.
Bull rope match? That's a good idea, Frets. Bull rope would be fun.
Dude, I think Brock's too strong for a bull rope, to be honest.
You think Brock will break the bull rope? Like, what could you do for this? Because they're in Detroit. So cars are going to be involved in some way, shape, or form. Because that's the team.
Parking lot brawl?
Detroit parking lot brawl? No, they have to. No, because you're not going to have Cody do something in a parking lot or backstage where he can't come out and do all of his pyro.
Yeah, you could just do a street fight.
I guess.
Motor City Mayhem? I don't know.
Featuring the Motor City Machine Guns. Frets, what is an Iron Circle match? Except, is it an Iron Man match in a circle, or what's an Iron Circle match?
Sounds fun.
It does seem interesting. I can't see them doing Iron Man, although that would be great. There's just not enough time on that card to do Iron Man. They would have to main event, and Roman and Jay, if that's what the story is, will probably main event. So I can't see them doing Iron Man. Although, again, like I said, I would love to see Cody and Brock be an Iron Man. They're not doing Steel Cage, I don't think.
No, especially if you have a fight pit.
Yeah. Ugh. Match in a circle of cars in the parking lot. Oh. NXT did that once.
They did, didn't they?
With Velveteen.
That's right. They did do that.
It was Velveteen and Adam Cole. It was kind of cinematic in nature.
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah. Velveteen Dream. What a fall from grace. But Jesus Christ, can you picture Velveteen Dream in this day and age?
No.
With the roster that WWE has right now?
God.
It'd be a lot. Cena and Eddie. Iron Circle would be pretty interesting in front of cars. I don't know, but it's going to be interesting to see what the payoff is. That's going to have implications on what's going to happen with Cody down the road. But it also could be like Brock's just final summer farewell, because this is the end of the Brock season. Brock doesn't work fall.
Watch football.
Yeah,
and hunts.
Exactly. This is the end of the Brock season. Okay, Brock's gonna take a little time off. He'll come back for the Rumble, get his Mania post, blah 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 blah, and then he'll kind of chill out, do stuff here and there, and then by SummerSlam again he's gonna be out. So this is the end of the Brock season. So Brock's gonna do something. He has to top last year when he brought out the tractor in the Last Man Standing.
Good luck.
It is gonna be hard. But I think him and Cody are going to put on a show. But I'm excited for it. I'm excited for SummerSlam. They did a great job building SummerSlam.
They got a full month to build it.
And like I said, you have all your key places in play. Oh yeah, Drew came back too. Of all the things that happened, the last thing we're talking about is Drew McIntyre came back.
Awesome. I forgot he came back, but I remember how awesome it was.
Because you know what it was? It was like we had Damian winning. Then Shayna turned. Okay. Then John Cena came out. And you're like, what will they think of next? Oh, yeah. Drew's coming back in the UK because no shit that would happen.
Yeah. And Michael Cole's like, I guess the rumors aren't true.
Well, there's a big rumor about Drew doesn't have a new contract.
Why is he there?
I don't know.
Yeah. Dude, he's not gonna be working without a contract and doing something physical.
Yeah. So
Like, what if he did the kick and like tore his ACL or like blew out his knee without a contract? That's a lawsuit. Yeah, no.
Yeah.
He's on contract, idiots.
Yeah, or he hasn't renewed his contract or something. It's some sort of contract dispute. Or what happened? It expires early next year. But yeah, he just took some time off. Whatever. After Mania, he had one of the greatest WrestleMania matches ever in a triple threat between him, Gunther, and Sheamus. Take the time off.
I think Drew does want like Rock money and a little bit of a lighter schedule. And
Understandable.
WWE's just like, no. Like he's like, they're pretty much like you're not worth that much money. For a lighter schedule.
For a lighter schedule, sure. Yeah, he's
and I kind of agree, to be honest.
Yeah. Drew just when he was the guy, it was during the pandemic and there was nothing he can do about it. Or else he'd be right there with Roman and everybody else.
Yeah.
He just feels so bad. Like he needs another run. I think Gunther's the guy to do it. Like he's finally going to get his Gunther versus Drew IC title.
I think Drew wins.
Depends on when Gunther brings the Honky Tonks record. Because I need Honky Tonk Man's record to go because of all the IC champions to hold the longest reign. It was Honky Tonk Man. I'm like, no.
Yeah, it's an Elvis impersonator.
Yeah, that's gotta go.
Like, get the fuck out of here.
That's gotta go. If by the time SummerSlam comes around and Gunther is already the longest reigning IC champion of all time, surpassing Honky Tonk Man, then yes, give it to Drew.
I do think Drew needs to take this belt eventually, though, because like Drew came out and I was just like, "Oh, you are such a bigger star than Gunther." Like I felt
he was also in the UK.
True.
You know, it's kind of a home it's literally like he probably just came from his hometown in Scotland, like killing goats, and just came out to do this
with the sword. I hope he doesn't bring the sword back.
Angela.
I hate the stupid sword, dude.
You didn't
I hate it so
Angela?
much.
I loved Angela.
No, dude, it's so stupid.
I loved Angela.
It makes him look ridiculous.
It was an homage to his dead mother.
Yeah, I get it, but it makes him look ridiculous.
Listen, that sword did its job for WrestleMania 38 when it cut the rope.
That was pretty cool.
So yeah, no, I'm happy for Drew. I always was the best for Drew. I'm looking at this picture now of this. I still don't know how he got his legs up that high in the air in jeans. Like those jeans should have ripped.
I know, they're tight jeans, too.
Yeah. Those jeans should have ripped in half. But listen, Gunther Drew as an IC title match, amazing. The Intercontinental title means something again. I love it.
Hopefully.
Yeah. No, I love it. If Gunther drops, where does he go from there? We'll cross that bridge when we approach it. All I need Gunther to do is break the Honky Tonk Man's record so we don't have to spew that godforsaken stat ever again on any wrestling podcast show.
Dude, Gunther goes up against Seth. What do you mean?
Yeah, that's fine.
That's a good fall feud.
Yeah, going
into
fine.
Survivor Series.
Yeah. What I wish they would do, because I do kind of like that, because they haven't really done it since like WrestleMania 6. I would love Gunther as the IC champion going up against Seth as the World Heavyweight Champion.
That would be pretty cool.
You know, like
unnecessary but cool.
Yeah, they don't do it. They don't do champion versus champion often, but when they do it, it was fun. Like when Seth versus Cena at SummerSlam, US and heavyweight.
Yeah, I think that'd be cool for Survivor Series if you have the mid card go up against the main event title, like Roman goes up against Austin Theory. Never mind. I take it back.
No, this could be like Gunther versus Seth could be a Payback or a Fastlane. Survivor Series should still remain War Games.
Facts.
You know, because that just it went over so well last year. Like you can do that again. So no, like I said, I'd just love to see Gunther as a champion going up against Seth as a champion for one premium live event. And it worked out. I mean, you just let the cookies crumble. And then next thing you know, you have War Games, and then it's Mania season with the Rumble. Like, it's going to come quick.
It comes really quick.
Like, after SummerSlam...
It's so wild how fast this shit just happens.
Like, after SummerSlam, we're going to be, really, really fast tracking to Mania in Philly. And also that means on the lookout in like a month or so, like around SummerSlam, well, we gotta be on the lookout for Mania tickets. Because I think it's going to happen in August this year.
Yeah, dude, don't blink too much, because next thing you know, I'm going to plane to London going to WrestleMania.
Yeah.
We're going to have to buy tickets. I'll have cash. I'll have cash by then.
Yeah.
We'll be fine.
We'll be fine. Philly, like, I can't wait to go buck wild in Philly. So many cheesesteaks. Many cheesesteaks.
Oh yeah.
It's going to be great. Philly's like my second home. It's a fun little ditty. Anyway, folks, that's all we got this week. Good solid hour. Money in the Bank was pretty much the biggest thing going on in wrestling right now because it was that damn of a good show. And a good show really sets things up for the future. And Money in the Bank really did that. 9.
9?
Yeah.
Last week I said strong 8.5. I'm sticking with strong 8.5.
Okay. Yeah. I think everything worked the way
I
it
wanted
was
Roman to
supposed
win. I'll say it. Fuck it.
Just wanted him just to be continuously dominant no matter what.
I did, dude. I wanted Roman to win. I'm not unhappy with the decision, but I am still a little surprised. I love the poetic justice behind it. I love the storytelling. I love the theater.
Mm-hmm.
But Roman Reigns is just so goddamn shiny.
He is very shiny. He's very, very shiny. He glistens. He doesn't sweat. He glistens. He's great. And
Yeah,
he
sweat Roman Reigns is. That's what happens.
Yeah, he also kept character leaving the arena too. Like, people tried to shake his hand. He like threw his hand at him.
He was like crying.
Yeah.
Roman like on the ring, like on the ring side, just up against the ring, going, "Oh, it's so good."
What are we doing here? Who are these people?
Why are we here with these people? So good, dude. Roman knows where the mics are, dude.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, he's very good. His talking has gotten exponentially better. He's one of the best situational trash talkers when it comes to matches in wrestling right now. And he doesn't yell. Like, he doesn't have the MJF syndrome where he yells.
Yeah, it's a soft yell.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, dude. I would have been totally happy if he just did the stack him, smash him, stack him, and pin him.
Well,
and
he
that
did.
was the fit. They did, but then they both kicked out.
Yeah.
I was just like, that would have been such a great finish.
It would have been, but we'll see what happens with this trial and whatnot. So, are you ready, sir, to get out of here?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's do it. Seriously, when did the O's get up 4-2? Anywho, folks, ladies and gentlemen.
6th inning. So the cameraman almost died. Did you see that?
No, I missed it. I'll watch the replay. Anywho, folks, this has been Kings of the Rings podcast, episode number 346, banking on Judgment because WWE is banking on the Judgment Day to carry a lot of the SummerSlam feud moving forward. I've been your host, King Ricky Rose. You can find me at Ambassador Biggs across all social media outlets when I decide to return, BIGZ Ambassador Biggs. More importantly, you can find Kings of the Rings podcast at KOTR _podcast across all social media outlets. Like, share, subscribe, leave us some 5-star reviews. If you want to listen to us each and every week on your favorite podcast outlet, make sure you are subscribed to Wrestle Addict Radio, the cure for the common wrestling podcast, and follow Wrestle Addict Radio socials at addict_wrestle on Twitter and Wrestle Addict Radio everywhere else. The links to all of our stuff are in the description below wherever you're watching us or you're listening to us, including a link to our pretty awesome merchandise store. Will Tarashuk.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Will Tarashuk, T as in Thomas, ARASHUK, your professional podcaster. So if you need help hosting a podcast or want me to interview you on a podcast, just let me know. Will Tarashuk, T as in Thomas, ARASHUK. So I'm actually coming up with that offer, Ricky, believe it or not. We did a podcast on Monday about her app called Hubbub.
Hubbub?
Where it's a polling app. So it's like you get more accurate polling data by using social media. So what it does, like I say you had like 10,000 people answer a poll on like what they think about Roman Reigns.
Okay. And
so it splits it up like, 40 people think he sucks, 40 people think he rocks, and 20% don't care. But it also breaks up by demographics. So in that polling data, it skews up. So like 30% of people who don't care, of those people who don't care, are women. which 30% of those women are wrong.
Yeah.
So that's what the does. So you can pretty much gather, host, buy, and sell data based off the polling results. And you can make money off of it. So it's a very interesting concept. That podcast will drop in a few weeks.
That's what the Hubbub is all about.
Feed and anywhere their social media channels are. So yeah, check that shit out. That's what I do.
Yeah, that's what the Hubbub is all about. So ladies and gentlemen, when we come back, folks, we promise that K Murphy will return, or Kayfabe. We promise, hopefully, that K will be back. We're going to start the build to SummerSlam. AEW will probably have not even started their build to All In or all Out. It's All Out. No, it's All In. I don't remember. There's a lot of alls happening in a short period of time for AEW. So when we come, I'm going to try to sort all of that out and, just keep talking some pretty good wrestling, because the summer of wrestling has been really, really good. So, folks, goodbye, good night. We'll see you soon, especially if you're joining us on the post show. And fuck you, Slack. I wish Slack would go to London too.
All right. So yeah, she paid me for that podcast. Isn't that wild?
Wow. Really?
That's how you make money, bruh.
Right.
Nope, not that one.
Oh, so that essentially the barbecue sauce birthday party I went to. So my friend got her sister these custom cookies.
Ooh, I like cookies.
Yeah, it's custom, an artist custom made them, and they're fucking delicious. And they were all different shapes. So her sister was turning 30, so the whole theme was Death to My 30s. So one of the cookies was a tombstone. And it wrote it had her name on it, and the date of when she was, or the years of when she was turning 30 and stuff like that. But these cookies are fucking fantastic. Apparently, from what I heard the story, it was a former McDonald's manager that went into business for herself and started making these custom cookies.
Ooh.
Yeah. And she did a damn good job. Damn good job. Damn it, Yankees, is that a homer? Yep, that's gone. That's a cup. Oh, he caught it. All right.
Oh, in deep center?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, you gotta get the live, dude. Aaron Hicks is at a 3-2 count.
I am live, which is crazy.
Did Aaron Hicks just hit that home run? No, he got it. IKF just got it at the wall.
Yeah.
What a catch.
Yeah, no, great catch.
So, sixth inning. What's his name? Someone's on first base. Volpe hits an infielder. It's supposed to be a double play. Bobbles it. Out at second base. Overthrows it to first base. And hits the cameraman on the head.
Ooh.
And he goes down for 20 minutes.
He's probably got a concussion.
Yeah, so they had to get to center field. The cart. They did a stretcher job for the cameraman.
They stretcher job the camera.
And that took 25 minutes.
Oh yeah, I can see. I'm getting the updates on ESPN right now.
Yeah. So next at bat, Higashioka singles. Volpe scores from second, thrown out second base. Which, why are you going to second base, dude? You just had that long break. The pitcher took a 25-minute break, cleared the field, had to warm up. It's dude, you could have had a big inning. Fucking idiot. Mm-hmm. So then bottom half of the inning, Yankees bring in a reliever, and they score 4 runs.
God damn it. All right, so let me see. I'm getting the update. Oh, so you know how the NBA is doing their own in-season tournament, which is fucking ridiculous.
No, I have no idea.
Yeah, the NBA has been changing up a lot of stuff. I love the NBA, but I hate it from time to time. But they're going to do an in-season tournament. It says Las Vegas will host the semifinal and championship of new in-season tournament.
Interesting. Do you know anything about Ice Cube's 3-on-3 league?
The Big Three?
Yeah, the Big Three.
Yeah, I watch it all. I watch it. It's a good thing to put on randomly.
It sounds fucking awesome.
It's been going on for 5 years, right?
No, I had no idea because Ice Cube was on Rogan the other day. So that's how I heard about it.
Mm-hmm.
They were talking about it, and Ice Cube was talking about how the NBA hates it.
Yeah, because all the former NBA players do it.
Yeah, but but who cares? But
it's
the NBA feels threatened because of the TV rights.
Well, because the Big Three is a huge deal now.
But like that's a good thing though. Like you could scout talent from there, no?
It depends. So
Probably not. It's half court.
So you know how in the NBA All-Star game they do that new like rule where it's like the fourth quarter is like an amalgamation of like it's sort of this math problem. You have to get to a certain number to win the All-Star game in the fourth quarter.
No, I had no idea.
Yeah, it's weird. I don't really want to explain it, but they got the idea from the Big Three tournament because that's how they end their games. But the Big Three tournament's like a big deal. So like they have different brackets, they have different regions. You know, they were hosting it the other week at the Barclays Center. You know, and the winning team every year gets $1 million. The Big Three is a big deal. Like, fuck.
I think it's an awesome concept.
Oh yeah, no, it's successful as hell. ESPN covers it all the time. Because you get to see like some of these players who weren't on a team or recently retired, and like there's one that was called like Boeheim's Boys because it's Jim Boeheim, who's the former coach of Syracuse. So it was just literally just a bunch of Syracuse alumnus.
That's awesome.
We're like really
like
good.
I can't imagine why the NBA is just like, no, fuck this. You can't even talk about it on TV. The players can't even talk about it like at all. Like in interviews, nothing. They're just not allowed to talk about it.
Which is a shame because like they're not like it's the NBA. You guys have crazy money. Like freaking scrubs are getting max contracts now. That's how good their rights deals are.
There's plenty of money and attention and fame to go around. Like
correct.
Now if you don't want like your players playing it in the off season,
that's
makes
fine.
sense.
That's
because
fine,
you're under contract, you have a responsibility to your team you're signed with under the NBA, and that's money on the line. You know, that's like duh. But like once they're retired, they can go and do whatever they want anyway, but they can't even talk about it. It's just like fuck you, NBA, dude. It's like like I don't mind sports monopolies, but this one in and of itself is just like, dude.
They're no direct competition. They're no direct competition at all.
Like there's no competition's allowed, dude, and like they lobby the TV networks so they can't air it.
ESPN's been covering it.
Well, ESPN does, but like if TNT wanted to air it or something, or like if another network wanted to air it, like the NBA is lobbying against them covering it.
Oh. Which
is antitrust. Like it has to be a form of antitrust.
I still just don't see how they would be in competition with the NBA. Like it's
not.
It's 3-on-3 half-court basketball. Like relax.
Because the NBA thinks this is what Ice Cube was talking about. He was like the NBA doesn't have a monopoly on the sport of basketball. It's a sport.
They don't.
It's a game.
Yeah.
They don't own basketball.
That's why we have FIBA.
Yeah. He was like no kid leaves the house to say, "Mom, I'm going to play NBA." They said, "I'm going to play basketball."
Exactly.
Yeah, Miss Oil's pitcher is just dominating. He has 9 strikeouts.
It's a great pitch I just saw, too.
Yeah, it's a really good pitch.
Let me see. Yeah, they have, it's different weeks. It's like a 6-week season. Like, it's good.
I think it's really cool.
I enjoy it. It's fine, you know. Oh, yeah, so we have... All right, so there's the Big Three tournament, and there's the Big Three, because they used to have a Big Three tournament, but it looks like they've really broken it down to just be somewhat... teams. There's a team called Three's Company or Three-Headed Monsters.
That's funny. They should do it for baseball, but it's just all the retired people like in their 50s playing with aluminum bats.
That would be amazing.
Someone would die. Can you imagine? That'd be nuts.
Yeah. So yeah, there's former NBA players in the Big Three, like Gerald Green.
How about Glenn Davis? Big Baby.
Big Baby? I don't know if Big Baby's in here. Jason Richardson, former NBA dunk champion. 2-time NBA dunk champion is on here.
KOTR 346.
Remember Swaggy P, Nick Young's on here. Franklin says no one cares. Rashard Lewis was a great name.
Wouldn't be surprised to see Rondo there shortly.
Leandro Barbosa, Mario Chalmers, Katino Mobley's old ass.
I remember Mario Chalmers. How about Blake, the white guy who was on the Lakers forever?
Oh.
Steve Blake, was that his name?
Yeah, Steve Blake. He was a Maryland player.
Kwame Brown?
No, Kwame Brown's not doing it. Stop it. Kwame Brown.
How about Lamar Odom?
No. Is Elo even is he even functionally able to do anything? I was like, yeah, he just had a bad couple of years.
Did he? I know, well, the Kardashians will do that to you.
Michael Beasley's on one of the teams. Brandon
I remember,
Rush.
how about the center who got drafted before Durant. He was terrible. Got hurt.
Got drafted before
Went to the
Durant?
Trailblazers.
Oh, Greg Odom.
Greg Odom. Yeah, him.
No, I haven't seen him on a roster yet. The rosters are very small.
How about who is the Linsanity?
Jeremy Lin? No, Jeremy
Yeah.
Lin's not there. Ooh, Corey Brewer's on this team. Yeah, a lot of these teams. I'm looking at all the rosters right now. A lot of these players are former NBA players. That's why they don't like it.
Yeah, that's What do you think about Porzingis going to Boston?
Whatever.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I said too. I thought he was bad.
No, Porzingis is good, but for some reason he always bounces around from team to team, and I don't get it. I don't understand the Porzingis thing. Like he was pretty good as a Knick. Like I don't know what it is.
That's what he's on the Knicks. That's where I know him from.
He's from the Knicks, then he went to Dallas, then he was in DC for a little bit. He's always trade bait for somebody. Glenn Rice's kid. He only played in the NBA for 2 years. Let's see who else. Jay Ritz, Ray Nixon, Devin. Oh, Dr. J's a coach on one of these teams. That's why the NBA hates it, because a lot of their legends and Hall of Famers are coaching these teams.
But who cares, dude? Let them go make money.
Yeah.
Like, what's the big deal?
There isn't. There shouldn't
Like,
be.
NBA, stop being such a bunch of cocks, dude.
Steven Jackson's a coach. That's
Like, Christ, people love the league already. Like, don't make us hate you.
Ooh, Joe Johnson. Lisa Leslie's a coach on one of the teams. Shamario Moon, Larry Sanders.
That's pretty dope.
Yeah. Jeremy Parker. Yeah, this is literally, the Big Three is literally just a league of former NBA players who still have some sort of credibility. And they're just playing 3-on-3 pickup. Like, it's not even a full court game. Like, relax, NBA. Oh my god. No, the Big Three's fun.
Yeah, it's like arcade basketball, dude. Like,
Pretty much. It's like
in
NBA
real
Jam.
life. Yeah. Like, who cares, dude? I bet it's fun. I'd watch it if I knew it was a thing before, like, a few days ago.
Yeah, right. Also, apparently they named the matchups for the Home Run Derby bracket.
Yeah, I did see that.
We got Luis Robert Jr. versus Adley Rushman, Pete Alonso versus Julio Rodriguez. I hope Julio Rodriguez beats the crap out of Pete Alonso.
It's a rematch from last year. That's the finals from last year.
Mookie versus Vlad Jr.
Vlad Jr. is hit or miss in the Derby. Mookie always sucks in the Derby.
Yeah. Adolis Garcia versus Randy Arozarena.
I love Rosarina, dude. He's such a great player.
Yeah, that's all of them.
Dude, he needs to be in pinstripes, Randy Rosarina.
He's too he's too colorful for pinstripes. All of his fucking extra gear.
That's why I love him, dude. he reminds, I don't know why, he reminds me of Nick Swisher. The personality.
I love Swish. Just not in the playoffs. Every other
He was
time.
really, really bad in the playoffs.
Regular season Nick Swisher, amazing man. So much fun. When is the Home Run Derby next week?
Monday.
Next week, Monday.
Yeah, it's the 10th.
Fair. Okay. What else was going on in the world? Home Run Derby matchup. Oh, here's the other thing about the NBA, which you'll love this too. The NBA is experimenting with the new flopping rule.
Oh, finally.
So the rule is if you are called for a flop, it's an automatic technical foul.
Oh, God.
Yes. So I'm like, finally. And so apparently they did the first in-game
technical foul.
in-game tech for a flop was done on Summer League today. So again, thank God, because that's what I hate about today's NBA is that they flop too much.
Yeah, it's like, dude, when'd you turn to soccer?
Seriously. Because they can get away with it, that's why. But I like how they're finally trying to crack down. Like, nope, you flop tech. Because that'll stop them real quick. Because 2 techs, you're gone from the game.
Dude, don't even call it a technical foul. It's called a new rule. Call it the "you're a bitch" foul. Because no one's gonna flop. No one wants to be called a bitch. They're all men. They're all 7 foot. They're all 7 foot black men. No one's gonna be called a bitch. A white ref.
Who's probably shaving points.
Right?
Oh man. Oh, have you seen the number 1 draft pick, Wembanyama, right?
No, not a clue.
Yo, he's huge. He's like he got drafted by the Spurs. He's like 7'1", 7'1", 7'3", with like these crazy skills. He's stupid skinny though. Like stupid skinny. Anywho, let's do a quick Reddit one real quick. Reddit, am I the asshole? What do we got, guys? What do we got for us this week? That's a weird one. This is weird. No. Hold on. Oh, man. You were doing a tier list? You missed the whole show, Taquan, because you were doing a tier list. A tier list of what?
Yeah, what were you tiering?
Yeah. All right, Will, you ready for this? Am I the
If it
asshole?
was which version of Charlotte Flair is the ugliest, I'll allow it.
You ready for this? Am I the asshole? This one's kind of funny.
Yeah, of course. They're all funny.
This one's from Cuddling Buddha.
Okay, you have my attention.
It is called Greatest Rappers and Greatest Nintendo Franchises. Oh, you might have to share that one.
Wait,
Actually.
the tier list. I thought it was the Am I the Asshole. I was like, wait, what?
No. So the Am I the Asshole title is, Am I the Asshole for telling my friend, quote, go fuck yourself, when he gave a one-word response to an article I wrote and shared with him. The one-word response was lame. So Cuddling Buddha...
Probably.
So... They are Indian Americans, both living in North America, and have known each other for 15 years. The friend is Rohan. I wrote an article on how I've been trying to stay active during COVID. I sent him the link. I sent the link to a few of our friends too, just the link, nothing else. He responded, lame. I said, way to support your friend. He said something on the lines of, friends are the ones that are honest with you. I responded, go fuck yourself. I'm now left wondering if I acted or reacted disproportionately. This is the action I need you to assess and tell me if I was being an asshole for saying this. If it were a random article written by a stranger, that response might be okay, but he knew that I wrote that. If he didn't find it great writing, he could have shared feedback instead of being so cold, or if a topic was not of his interest, he could have said that. Ironically, he was severely offended by my words in the above exchange. There was a period of silence for several weeks after this.
Damn. Several weeks?
Yeah.
Christ, both of you are pussies. But yeah, you're an asshole. Sorry, dude. You're an asshole. And here's why. No one's entitled to give you a response. You know what I mean? Like, I understand it's a friend. You want a response. And this come from a personal experience here. So when I was in high school, I had a blog. I was trying to stand out on a resume for college applications. So I started a blog called Willie T Reviews. I would pretty much just write movie reviews. I would just, if I watched them on Netflix or on YouTube or whatever, like a movie, I'd fucking review it and write about it. It was really stupid. Which I found out the blog actually still exists if you want to go find it. Don't, though. It's terrible. But anyway, I had a Facebook page because I wanted to help it grow or whatever. And I told my friends to go and like it, like the page. And they didn't do it. And I got really mad. Like, really mad. I was like, you guys, what's my friends? Like, the fuck? Like, support me. Yeah. They're like, I don't want to clog my feed. This, that, and the other. And I was, like, really upset. But then I was just like, yeah, I was an asshole. Because it's like, they're not, just because they're your friend doesn't mean they're entitled to support you or give you feedback or whatever. Just like, they just didn't want to. I should have been like, all right, cool. Right? Whatever. It's not the end of the world. I understand you put work into this thing, you want to support or whatever. But even with your friends, you still got to earn that shit.
Here's my thing, because I don't think he's exactly an asshole, because it sounds to me like he shared it with a select number of people, presumably maybe wanting to see some feedback. Now, here's the thing. I don't know what the message he was. It's like, if it was just, like, I'm dropping a link, you know, and, like, if someone texts me and just drops me a link, I'm going to be like, what the fuck is this? Yeah. You know, if there was some context and it was like, hey, I just wrote this. I wrote this article.
Asking for feedback.
Yeah, like
if you're asking for feedback and he just goes lame, yeah, I guess I go fuck yourself.
Yeah. If he said like, hey, I just wrote this article. Here's a link to it. Can you read it and let me know what you think? And provide me some like feedback. And if he says lame, that's kind of a dick move.
Yeah, it's a dick move for
Yeah.
sure. But then if you freak out and go on a hissy fit for 3 weeks, both of you are assholes. Like, get it together.
Well, he said go fuck yourself, and then he got offended and didn't talk to him. So I think the guy who originally said lame and then got offended when the guy said go fuck yourself, didn't speak to him for 3 weeks. Kind of a bitch move. Yeah, kind of a bitch move.
Pussy. How did you a pussy?
So I'm wondering, like, what was the context of, like, when he sent originally the links to his friends, like, hey, can you give me some feedback?
Yeah, that's fair. Because that's totally normal for a friend to do, hey, give me feedback.
Yeah.
Which, in my situation, I was like, hey, just go like this. They're like, no.
No.
What do you mean? You're supposed to support me. You're supposed to be my friend.
That probably would have been me, too.
Yeah. So, yeah, I think that's a fair response. So, like, yeah. But, like, if you say, hey, can you give me feedback on this? And you just kind of go lame. I would say lame. Be honest, I'm like, yeah, this is lame. like, I just didn't want to read it, dude. Sorry.
Yeah. Can you give me the TLDR?
Yeah, right? Like, dude, this is 4,000 words. Why am I reading this?
So, yeah, I'm wondering, like, if you didn't prompt them to give you feedback, then they're not obligated to give you any feedback.
Right, that too.
Yeah.
Yeah, guys, I agree with you. More context needed.
Absolutely. Oh, wow. This is a story. Am I the asshole for having an outburst at my girlfriend's little sister and banning her from staying with us?
Oh, I want to know how little. That is very, very key here. If she's like 11, probably not. If she's like 3.5, you're probably an asshole.
Yeah.
Continue.
Okay. So, also, Taquan, I need to know this tier list of greatest Nintendo franchises as well as greatest rappers. I'm not letting you off the hook with that, Taquan. So here we go. This situation sucks and I need a third-party perspective. I've lived with my girlfriend, we'll call her Sarah, for 2 years now. Sarah has a 16-year-old sister named Tara.
Oh, you're not an asshole. Say no more. Fuck that 16-year-old hoe.
Tara lives with their parents, but Sarah and Tara, he should have chose better names, have a very rocky relationship with their parents. Nothing too bad, but it's toxic nonetheless. For the last 6 months or so, Tara has begun staying over at the apartment that me and Sarah share. I've always been somewhat uncomfortable with this, mainly because it's common for Sarah, who works from home, to let Tara skip school and come spend the day with her. She says it's better than her being on the streets, but I digress. My biggest problem is that Tara trashes the place and has no respect for me. Tara does not like me. I don't know why. Sarah does not know why. She's incredibly disrespectful to me and my things, eats my food despite being told not to on a nearly weekly basis, and, quote, borrows this from the apartment with no intent to ever return them. I don't know what this is. Oh, borrows things, I think they were supposed to say. I've been at my wits' end over this for the last month, and I feel like Tara is testing my limits more and more. I've talked to both of them and let them know if something doesn't change soon, I will lose my cool. But every conversation ends with Sarah committing to things that never happen and Tara being non-committal or just disinterested in my feelings. It came to a head on Friday. Sarah had gone off work early and left Tara alone. If you work from home, you're always off work early. Let's be honest with you with that.
Facts. Or you're never off work, one or the other.
One or the other, yeah. I came home to a place that was absolutely trash. This I could handle. What I could not handle was that Tara had pulled out some of my vinyls to listen to, scratched them to shit, and just left them out on the table and ground when she got bored. When I confronted her and asked her what happened, she just shrugged her shoulders and said nothing. I absolutely lost it. Dude, those are vinyls. I get it.
I also get it.
Yeah.
I don't even listen to vinyl, but I get it.
My dad was collecting vinyls for a while. I told
my parents still collect vinyls, dude. Yeah. They have like duplicates of vinyls from the 70s.
They sound so good.
And they still won't give me a copy.
He goes, I absolutely lost it. I told her exactly what I thought of her, how she was selfish, ungrateful, lazy, and downright unpleasant. I made the comment that if this is how she is at home, I now know why her parents don't want her in their house. I could tell she was taken guard by my yelling, and the parents' comment caused her to start crying. I kicked her out and told her not to come back. Sarah lost it and we fought. We've been pretty cold since then. She's talking about moving out, but at this point, I'm starting to consider that myself. Last night, however, Sarah finally decided to tell me that Tara tried to run away last year and she made a deal with her that our apartment could be her safe space whenever she needed it, so she didn't run away again. I still don't feel like this makes what she did right, but at the same time, knowing this, I'm starting to feel bad. That's the end of it. Okay.
There's a lot going on here. Ricky, you're the psychologist, man.
Mm-hmm.
I think you need to take charge on this one because my biggest thing is, like, listen, this isn't your apartment. It's the shared apartment between you and your partner. But your partner, Sarah, also made a commitment to make these changes with you, and she didn't see it through. So I'm leaning towards not an asshole, but it's not that simple. This girl is clearly troubled and needs help.
Yeah, I listen. Toxic families are the absolute fucking worst, and they really do fuck up some people who are genuinely trying to be good people. And when you can't get out of that toxic cycle, especially from your family, it really does do a number on your psyche that is hard for a lot of people to get over, and some people never can get past that. Be that as it may, it seems like there was a trust with her sister, which is perfectly fine. You need somebody in that family that you can go to and talk to. And if the apartment is a safe space for her, where she can like kind of get away from them and still be good and stuff and mentally intact, so that she can at least finish out, I'm assuming, high school, so that she can be, kind of become an independent person within 2 years, that's all well and dandy. My issue with this is with Sarah, the one that's sharing the apartment with her boyfriend. If she made this agreement with her sister, that's perfectly fine. You're looking out for your sister. I'm not going to try to knock her on that at all.
You're trying to do the right thing.
You're trying to do the right thing.
Absolutely.
The issue is, was the boyfriend aware of this agreement? It sounds to me like no.
And to be fair, this agreement could have been before they were together.
No, because he says at the end, Sarah tried to run away last year. She made a deal with her that our apartment could be her safe space.
That's a problem.
So that's my thing. If she did not tell the boyfriend, and she just comes, and he just started noticing that she just then spends a lot of time here, I would be like, why the fuck is she always here?
Yeah.
It's. I get Tara's, the younger sister's going to do that thing, but it's more about, it screams to me there might be some communication problem in the relationship, or clearly his girlfriend totally dropped the ball on this.
She's dropping the ball everywhere. Honestly, I think she's the bigger problem. Listen, the girl's 16, she's troubled, she's 16. So she doesn't get a pass, but she gets an I understand.
Yeah, no, I understand.
The problem is the big sister needs to be a big sister and not an enabler.
Mm-hmm.
Because her heart is in the right place, meaning I don't want you on the street. First of all, coming to your apartment, not to school. Problem number one.
Yeah,
number one. Bitch, go to school.
Yeah.
Go to school. Number one. And number two is, if you're going to take this responsibility on to raise your little sister, you got to take the responsibility on and raise your little sister. Mm-hmm. Because what you're doing isn't helping her either. And it's disrespectful for your boyfriend who his space isn't being respected.
Correct.
And it's not so much about the vinyls, it's much the fact that she has no respect for his personal space and privacy.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's the bigger problem. Like, if you're trying to help your sister, help the sister.
Yeah.
What you're doing isn't helping your sister or yourself or your boyfriend or your parents.
Or the relationship, yeah.
Or the relationship.
Yeah.
So it's just like this comes down to, unfortunately, the big sister most of all. So is the boyfriend the asshole? No.
No, I don't. I would say no, yeah.
But I think you need to bring that little girl back and be like, listen, you can stay here, but these are the ground rules, and your girlfriend needs to have your back on this. If not, get the fuck out of there, dude.
Yeah, these are the ground rules. Like, this is not where you live. This is where you visit when you need an escape. That would be number one.
This is your safe space. It's not your fucking playground.
It's not. Yeah. It's your safe space. It's not your playground. This is not your home. Like, I would be very clear. This is not your permanent residence. You still live at home. We are here for you to support you mentally and emotionally. If we need to, I don't know what their financial situation is, but if we need to help you find services, like speaking to like a counselor of some sort, we can do that for you. Blah blah blah. But you are still going to have some sort of semblance of being learning to be a responsible human being.
Like, hell, dude, you're
You know.
getting a job and paying me $200 a month in rent.
If you're going to stay there permanently.
Yeah.
You know.
Permanently. Yeah.
Yeah.
Some responsibility, because this
Yeah.
16-year-old girl needs some response. She needs a support system, and she needs some responsibility, and she needs a reason, a motivation to actually do something with her life.
Yeah.
Because she's acting out for attention. I think you would agree with that, right?
Yeah, it seems.
Or it's a call for help, but attention.
I think it could be a
attention
call
can
for
have
help.
a negative connotation. I mean attention in a positive connotation.
Yeah, it could be a call for help. Like, if I from what I've gathered from this, and this is a very, very, I'm taking a shot here. I think it's the toxicity from the family probably comes with the patriarch from the dad. Hence why she could potentially be lashing out at him. When he's like, she doesn't like me and I don't know why, and I don't actually think it's because of him.
She's projecting from the father.
Yeah.
I think, wow.
Yeah.
That's a psych degree right there for you. I wouldn't know how to put that two and two together.
Yeah. Because it doesn't sound like it's anything he did. I think it's him, like, kudos to this guy. He was like, listen, here are the issues I'm seeing. You know, this guy clearly said, he's mentally healthy. He said, these are the issues I'm seeing. These are the boundaries I'm setting for you and your sister.
Right.
You know, if this doesn't change...
Hey, man, that's some
Yeah.
responsibility. This guy's a true man right here.
He goes, if this doesn't change, we're going to have a problem. And it didn't change, and there was a
Didn't change,
problem.
Now it's a problem.
Yeah.
I wonder how old these people are, him and his girlfriend.
I don't know. I couldn't tell you.
Because they're probably, my guess, they're probably
Mid-20s?
25, 26 years old.
That's what I'm assuming.
That's what I'm assuming, too. I mean, maybe even younger. Maybe, like, fresh out of college. Who knows? I mean...
Maybe. They've been living together for 2 years, so it sounds like they have some sort of sustainable income.
Maybe they're close to my age, because this guy is very mature.
Yeah. Yeah, and like he gave it a shot, and he held him accountable, and that I think the Sarah, his girlfriend, is mad because he held her accountable,
Yeah.
and she pulled this. Oh, I didn't tell you this, but you know she almost ran away. Blah 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 blah, and I would have been like, yeah, that would have been great to know, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, we could be on the same
brother
page.
need to live with us for a few months. Like, yeah, I would need to know why.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
What's he gonna do? Is he gonna get a job? Is he gonna help out around here? Is he gonna cook? Is he gonna
Yeah.
clean? Like, what's he gonna do? Is he just gonna sit in the living room and play video games all day? Like, 'cause that's not okay with me. Like, at all.
We got to make sure that you're still becoming some sort of functional human being. Because, like,
Yeah.
think of it this way as well: if the family situation isn't so great for Tara, the younger sister who's 16, and she's looking to you know become 18, become an independent person, and move out. There's a lot of shit you got to learn in 2 years. You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah,
yeah.
It's hard.
Yeah, you know, or even if you're looking to go to college, like, even from that way, if she's skipping school and she's 16, like, you got to be in school to get the grades to go to college. Like, that's also a great escape for people, too, sometimes.
Oh, college was my ultimate escape.
I know.
Yeah, but college. I mean,
Yeah.
I shit on college all the time for the academic reasons, but socially and growing up as a man, college
Amazing.
was everything for me.
Yeah. Yeah, so...
Like, I didn't have toxicity. Well, I don't know if toxicity is the right word, but my parents and I butt heads in high school because I was a piece of shit and I had a lot of shit going on. And me and my mom are way too similar. But I told my mom this. Here's the maturity I had in high school. It's like the one shimmer of actually insight I had in high school. I told my mom when I was like maybe 16, 17, maybe 18 years old. I'm like, Mom, we're button heads now. We hate each other now. But as soon as I'm out of college, I have a job and things settle down for me. We're gonna be the best of friends. That's exactly what happened.
You had one moment of clarity.
Yeah. I was like, listen, we hate each other now because I'm just going through shit and you're going, like, I was going through puberty in high school when she was going through menopause at the same time.
Oh, God. Recipe for disaster.
And my poor dad was just in the middle. God bless him.
Trying to watch the game.
There was just so many it was just high school was hard and shit was going on. But I was like, I had to force it to go, listen, this is just what happens.
Yeah.
And but you know, college was a huge escape for me. It helped me find my place, and podcasting was a big part of that. Like, it's kind of funny. I'm doing a podcast at the end of the month. It's a podcast called The 0 Hour. I actually do distribution for them for the podcast.
Mm-hmm.
And the whole thing is like, what is your 0 hour? That moment that there was a turning point in your life.
Okay.
So I'm gonna pretty much tell that story, and how podcasting was really what made me turn around from all that shit I had to overcome, and how podcasting. And honestly, I did
started podcasting and joined the fraternity in the same week within like a 2-week span.
Goodness.
In those two things is really what like there's before that and then after that with my life. It was pretty wild.
Yeah.
So yeah, the 0 hour is for me is being committed. I was committed in a mental hospital for 72 hours.
Oh, you had a temporary hold on you.
I had a temporary hold on. I was 17, summer going into senior high school, and I was in the hospital for 3 days. And that's
as long as they can hold you legally.
Yeah, legally. So like, but again, I wasn't like I was there. I was like I agreed to be there. Right? I wasn't going to get someone against my will. I was like, yeah, I should be here. But like seeing people with those real problems, I was like,
really opened your eyes. You're like, wait a minute.
I was like, these kids have problems. I'm just a bitch. But it's true. Like sometimes people need that. People need that moment of clarity. I hope this 16-year-old girl actually finds it.
Yeah, sometimes
like she's going through hell. I hope she keeps going.
Mm-hmm. It's one of those things like she needed perspective.
Yeah, you need perspective. You absolutely need perspective.
Yeah. And
she's not gonna get that on the street. She can get drugs in the street.
Yeah, or worse, or trafficked.
Or probably trafficked.
Yeah,
probably.
And yes, friends. Oh, I didn't tell you, it's a huge red flag. So yeah, I'm more concerned about the relationship between him and his girlfriend than I am about the little sister. Right now, I mean, it all kind of ties into each other, but the fact that you've been together with him 2 years and you decided to make this agreement about a place that you're sharing, it'd be different if they lived separately and she had her own apartment.
Yes, very different.
But you are sharing. You have been sharing this place with him for a while. He has a right to know who's coming in and who's staying.
Mm-hmm. And he has a say.
Yeah, he has to have a say.
And as much as you might want to, it's not your job to save this little girl.
That is correct.
That's a harsh reality. That's a hard pill to swallow, but it's not your responsibility. Like you gotta watch out for you.
Mm-hmm. Don't carry someone else's burden if you don't have to.
Yeah, but good luck, dude. You're a good man.
Yeah, I really wish him the best of luck. Listen, he did what you're supposed to do. He got faced with a crappy situation. He apparently still had cared for his girlfriend enough to let the slide. The big thing is he noticed the issues and he called out the issues.
Yeah.
That's a huge thing because sometimes people pick up on issues and don't say shit for a long time, and then it becomes bad. But he called it. He said, hey, there's a problem. If this continues, we're going to have a problem. He set those clear boundaries.
That's hard to do, man. Like,
yeah.
It's really hard to be that emotionally intelligent and emotionally mature, especially for a man.
It takes a long time, yeah.
Especially for a man.
Yeah.
Women pick that up pretty quickly, but men, it takes a while. Time. It takes some time.
Or you just go to school for long enough and you figure it out.
That too. You need enough Freud. Like, I don't want to fuck my mom. I want to figure things out.
Stop prescribing me cocaine. All right, we'll do one last one.
I'll do one last one, yeah, because it's like 93 degrees.
Yeah, it's getting hot in here. So hot now. The Yankees.
Volpe home run in the 8th.
There we go.
That last at bat when there was a man on base.
Yeah. All right, so here we go. This is from the username Trash Girlfriend.
Oh, amazing! I wonder if she's the girlfriend or if he's named it after a trash girlfriend.
No, this one is from the Trash Girlfriend. So it says, will I be the asshole? Will I be the asshole if I go on vacation instead of my brother's wedding?
95% chance. Yeah.
Let's see how this plays out. This one's pretty descriptive. So she says, my brother Tom, who's 36, and myself, who's 26 female, have never really had a solid relationship. 10 years apart, relationships are really hard when your siblings are bad. Or like if it's less than I learned this from sociology. If there's less than a 6-year gap between the siblings, your relationship's pretty tight. If it's more than that, it's really not that tight at all. So anywho, never really had a solid relationship due to our age gap, which I just said. We didn't spend much time, and by the time I was old enough to develop a personality, he was moved out of the house. Usually what happened with me and my sister. For the last 2 years, my brother and his fiancée, Sarah, who's 32 and a female, have been planning their wedding, and it's coming up in September. I was asked to be a bridesmaid. I figured I was only asked as a courtesy since I'm her soon-to-be sister-in-law, but I still took it seriously. I've been a bridesmaid for the last 2 years. Just a few weeks ago, I managed to save up to buy the $800 bridesmaid dress. Are you kidding me?
I guess that's a lot. But then again, weddings are really expensive. So.
I don't know if that's a lot or not, but it's a lot. But I don't know if it's a lot for a bridesmaid's dress.
It sounds like a lot to me. Overall, in the last 2 years, between group outings to parties, dinners, lunches, clothes, I spent thousands of dollars. Eventually, all the girls in the wedding and I became extremely close, and I started to get hyped for the wedding. Sarah recently got close with her brother's wife, Becky, who's 30 and a female, last week. She dropped the ball on me that she no longer wants me to be a bridesmaid, and she would prefer Becky would take my place.
Dude.
Wow. It broke my heart a little, but it's her wedding, and it's not my place to tell her how to run it, so I said it was fine. Humble. It's...
No, now you're going on vacation, not humble.
Yeah. Yesterday... I went to my respectful. Yeah, it's respectful, not humble, it's respectful. Yesterday, I went to my brother's house to pick up a bridesmaid's dress, and was going to see if I could return it since it was within the time frame. Yeah, get your $800 back and go on vacation. Fuck it. Sarah was completely appalled and said that Becky was going to wear it since she and I are the same size. But Becky didn't pay $800 for it. I said, that would be fine, you're too nice, but they would have to pay the $800 for it. Okay. Sarah said that Becky couldn't afford it, and I should just be nice. And
it's like, Becky can't be a bridesmaid, you cunt!
And I should just let her use it and said that I could keep it after the wedding. Horrible negotiation tactic, but alright. I explained that I'm not just giving away the dress, and I'm not ever going to use after the wedding. After some bickering back and forth, I just ended up taking it and leaving. So I guess she took the deal?
No, I would just take the dress back. This is mine. I bought it.
Okay.
I'd wear it to the wedding. Like, fuck it.
Just sit in the crowd.
Mm-hmm.
My brother and Sarah tried to compromise with me and say I could be the assistant flower girl, and I felt offended at the offer.
I'd also be offended. So how about she's an assistant? How about this? She's just an extra bridesmaid.
Yeah.
There's no law on how many bridesmaids you can and can't have.
Yeah, who cares if she doesn't have anybody to go with? It's fine.
Yeah.
You know.
It's an imaginary groomsman.
Yeah, there you go.
Derek.
It's Derek. After I said no, they then said that Becky could give me $250 for the dress. Again, no. It's not even half, damn it. Again, no, and I returned the dress and got a full refund. Good for you.
Good for you.
I told them I understand that it's their wedding, but they are being extremely disrespectful to me, and I don't need to deal with it, and I'm not going to the wedding. Today, my coworker says she has an extra round-trip plane ticket to go to Miami and that she'll sell it to me for half price. Plus, I would have to pay for half the hotel and I can go hang out with her in Florida. The only downside is that it'll be in Florida for the week of my brother's wedding. So will I be the asshole if I just go party in Miami instead of going to my brother's wedding?
Yes, but I'd go anyway.
Listen.
I would. I'd go.
Yeah.
I'd like there are so many ways to get out of this situation without that bride being a complete cunt,
Yeah.
and her groom being a complete pussy.
Yeah.
But they chose violence.
What a lowball of an offer too. It's a compromise.
The assistant flower girl.
And
How about Becky's the assistant flower girl? Who's Becky? Is it Becky Lynch? Or what's Becky Lynch?
No.
Who is that? Can you imagine? Who is this Becky? Who's Becky?
She said Sarah recently got close. It's her brother. It's her sister-in-law. It's her brother's wife.
I mean, just have an extra bridesmaid. Like, is there a rule behind how many bridesmaids you can have?
There's
You
no
officiate
rule.
weddings, like, right?
No, there's no rule. That's all up to the wedding party to do. But also, still, if it's you're telling me that she originally chose her fiance's sister to be a bridesmaid over her brother's wife to be a bridesmaid. That was her first choice.
That's weird.
Okay. And then she had this then after 2 years of this wedding prep and getting to know each other, she now decides to kick her fiance's sister out of the bridal
party. And the
party?
wedding's in 2 months.
Seriously, like what the fuck?
Yeah. Also, who has a 2-year engagement?
A lot of people do.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Actually, my cousin did. My cousin's getting married next year, so it'll be a year and a half.
Yeah. Longer engagements are in because, save money, got to plan out, all that hot stuff.
Yeah, the engagement is a commitment.
Yeah.
That's all it is. The proposal is just a commitment.
Mm-hmm. We commit to getting wedded.
Yes.
Doing a wedding at some point in the future.
Damn, dude. Yeah, that's just like, you're a bitch, dude. Like, there were so many, like, and it's like, no, you're just out $800, everything else, and this girl's just like, hey, man, it's your wedding, I understand, but now you're gonna fuck with me?
Seriously, like, she's like, oh yeah, she can wear it, just pay me the $800, which is fair.
Yeah, and it's like, you know, this bride is just like, okay, we're gonna do this in increments. We're just gonna piss her off very slowly so we can get away with everything. Like,
Yeah.
Oh, she was okay with this, she's gonna be okay with this.
Mhm.
Oh, because if she was just like, this is where humility can come back to bite you. Because if she was just like, not made a stink about being replaced, but if she was like visibly upset about it, she would have, the bride would not even ask for the $800 just to give the dress over, because she would have felt bad.
Yeah.
Hopefully, right?
Yeah, but like to not to pay. Oh, we're gonna like $800 dress. Like I don't like I would have to talk to some of my lady friends. But like be like, hey, you ever paid $800 to be part of a bridal shower, or not a bridal shower? Be a bridesmaid. Paid $800 for a dress. I feel like that's a giant no.
Yeah, I wonder what Becky's gonna do without a dress.
Seriously.
Also, like, I don't know how the turnaround time for a dress like that. Like, obviously, wedding dresses take months because they're a wedding dress and they gotta be tailored and propped and all that bullshit.
Doesn't take
but
that
like,
long.
A bridesmaid's dress, I don't know if it's 2 months, like 2 turnaround of time.
I would say no, because apparently if they're similar in size, maybe their bust is different, like their chest.
Yeah.
Obviously. So like maybe that has to be timed up or tailored a little bit. But it shouldn't take that long. It's a matter of just finding somebody who's able to do it.
Right.
You know. But even then, still, like to have this person do all of this prep work to be part of the bridal party,
And they just pull it out from her.
Mm-hmm. She's like got close to everybody, was doing on top of the $800, joining these party social gatherings. Like it seems like they were doing it in a way of not wasting the 2 years, but having all of the bridal party get to know each other over an extended period of time, which sounds awesome. You know?
Sound awesome. Yeah.
It sounds, and then to pull the rug like that. Yeah, I might go to Miami.
I think it makes sense. Like a bachelor party. Every bachelor party I went with has been only been the grooms. Well, that's not true. But the groomsmen have always been there.
Yeah.
Right. So like my brother's party, it was all the groomsmen, a few of his friends. My buddy Chris, it was all the groomsmen only. Mm-hmm. Which was great because like it was Chris's friends, me, and then a few other guys.
Yeah.
And then Chris's family, his brothers and his cousins.
Yeah.
And we did like 4 days in Miami, and we really bonded. So for the time when the wedding came around, there was no
issues.
Awkward. It wasn't no issues. And we're guys, so it was,
minimal.
It was awesome.
Yeah, but 2 bachelor parties. When I went to Sam's bachelor party, he was we rented a house in the Poconos in Pennsylvania. Mm-hmm. We had a fucking blast.
Yeah. My bachelor party. I want it to be New Orleans, but it might also be a house in the Poconos, one or the other.
House in the Poconos is great. Everybody we had so much beer.
Just food and booze, dude. That's all you need. It's food, booze, and a house and a pool. That's all you need.
And we also went to an outdoor paintball range.
Oh, that sounds fun.
It was very tiring. It was just like acres of land, and
I bet.
Yeah.
Yeah, like mine's just gonna be all the groomsmen. That's what I'm gonna do.
And the other one I went to, my friend Ben, we were in Philly. We rented a Airbnb in Philly, a big ass Airbnb in Philly, and we just went ramping around Philly for a weekend.
Yeah, awesome. Dude, I don't know why weddings would be so goddamn dramatic. Like every single wedding is just full of drama.
Yeah, maybe we'll ask Kay when they come back from their wedding.
Kay. Nothing beats Kay. It's not even Kay's wedding, and they're involved in
so much drama. Yeah.
It's just like Jesus Christ, man.
Yeah, I might go to Miami. Listen, she got a better deal. She got a better deal.
It's a half price ticket. You just got to pay for hotel, food, and booze.
Half the hotel. It's a half price plane ticket, half price hotel. You're saving money.
Yeah, go. You already spent $800, so that money's already gone to you. Like mentally in your budget, that money's already gone. So go make it gone again.
Well, depending on where we live, if that's say we're on the East Coast, and you're paying half price for the plane ticket, you could just take that out of the $800.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, and paying half
Yeah.
the ticket. You probably at least have, ooh, it's my payday alarm. They probably at least have, once you do all that, probably 200 to 300 left.
Yeah,
It's a good start.
well, it was costing me. Okay, so get this. I'm going to LA for a wedding, Waldo's wedding in September. Ticket was a little over $400.
Sounds
but
about right.
so he's getting married on September 10th. Now
Ooh.
that's a Saturday. That's a Sunday. But there's a conference in Huntington Beach, which is an hour outside, like 45 minutes outside LA.
Yeah.
That Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So I'm gonna be there for work, literally like the next rest of the week. So I get to cancel my plane ticket and have NASDAQ pay for a new ticket for me.
That's amazing.
So I'm gonna get $400 back. Oh, and like, so all of us did a Airbnb. All the guys did an Airbnb. And the few wives or girlfriends who were invited. But so like that was another $275. But I can only stay one night because the night of the wedding I got to take an Uber to the hotel to go to work the next morning. So that's gonna suck. But
Yeah, it does.
I'm staying at the Airbnb one night instead of two. So I'm out like $100 or whatever. But
That's fine.
I'm in a hotel for 4 days in LA. Who cares?
Okay,
So that's gonna be dope.
all right, before we leave, I'm looking at Taquan's debate right now.
Oh, also, before we go, for the record, my aunt and my mom is 11 years younger than my aunt, and they're super close.
Ooh, okay. Very.
Yeah.
That's the exception, not always the rule.
Yeah, my dad, 9 years older than his fifth brother. I don't think they're that close.
So I'm reading Taquan's quotes about this tier system. He said, "Me and the people I did it with got into a debate about with certain rappers. I said Jay-Z should be in the legend tier, but these fuckers put him in the great tier.
Jay-Z can go fuck himself. Jay-Z sucks.
Don't you hate on Hov right now.
But in terms of straight up rapper, yeah, he's probably in the legend tier, to be honest.
Yeah.
As a person, he's a dirtbag.
Oh, I love Hov. Greatest crack dealer of all time.
All right, what else we got here?
He goes, I argued with Common for being in the amazing tier, but they put him in great. Common is an amazing rapper.
I'll put Common in the great tier. I do love Common, but he's not well known enough for amazing.
You should listen to some of his stuff in the mid 2000s was unreal.
Hey man, I love Common.
Yeah.
Common's a phenomenal rapper. He's just not mainstream enough.
Said Ghostface should have been in the legend tier. That's debatable.
That's debatable.
Yeah, I'm gonna see my boys because he was sharing.
Where is Tech? Taquan, where is Mortal Technique?
Let me see. I remember most of the picture, both. Oh, so they had different tiers. They put Donkey Kong in the C tier for Nintendo franchises. Wow.
That's fair.
Let me see.
His games are mid. Great character, his games are mid.
He also said, yeah, Taquan, if you can save it, you can find the list. Definitely share it with us in the Discord.
Yeah, put in the Discord like images or a link to something because I gotta roast these real quick.
He said also Pusha T is in the in the decent tier of rappers, which is disrespectful. I do agree. Pusha T is phenomenal.
Pusha T is mid.
No, you haven't listened to Pusha T is crazy.
Oh, Nate Dogg.
Nate's not a rapper.
I know he just does hooks.
Yeah, R.I.P. Nate Dogg. I miss Nate Dogg's hooks.
Someone asked me if one rap he could bring back from the dead, who would it be? I said Nate Dogg.
Nate Dogg is what T-Pain was before T-Pain. Remember
Nate Dogg is T-Pain without auto-tune.
Yeah, he was T-Pain without auto-tune.
Have you listened to T-Pain sing a cappella?
Yeah, it's really good.
He says the voice of an angel.
It's really good.
It's unbelievable. It's like, bro, why do you have
Why
this
did you auto-tune?
shit? Yeah. You're so talented.
Yeah. Oh, that is a great line. Taquan just put up a Pusha T line. He goes, Arm & Hammer in a mason jar. That's my dinner date, which is a great line. Yeah. All right. So, what was it? T-Pain sang a cappella at NPR's Tiny Desk, right?
Yep.
Okay. Have you seen the latest Tiny Desk that they did?
No.
They did Juvenile and Manny Fresh.
Ooh.
Juvenile, the rapper, the guy who sings Back That Ass Up.
Amazing.
So he did Back That Ass Up a cappella with the live band. You've never heard Back That Ass Up by Juvenile? You can't be the shit.
No, I do. I don't know the name Juvenile, but I know...
Juvenile's the rapper who did Back That Ass Up.
Gotcha.
He's the most country person ever. Like, he never left the hood of New Orleans. Oh my god. I was like, wow, I need to start watching Tiny Desk. This is ridiculous. Yeah, that's right. All right, everything's uploaded? Because I'm about to get out of here.
Yep.
All right, perfect. And by the way, Taquan, start watching Secret Invasion. Well, when you get a chance, you should watch Secret Invasion because that would be a Marvel television show that you would like.
Dude, I'm so balls deep into Naruto. I
Are
can't
you,
even. I can't even.
are you serious?
Dude, it's so good. Oh my god.
Are you going to start Naruto running everywhere?
No, dude, I don't run. You know me. Come on. You know, I'm A shape, not in shape.
Yeah, tell me how it goes about Naruto.
Dude, it's like so the final battle is like a season and a half. That's how it's going.
Are you serious?
Dude, the final battle, it's like the whole thing is like 2 or 3 days, and it's probably been like close to 100 episodes.
That's so ridiculous.
Yeah, dude, with like not much filler either. Like it's and dude, I still have 150 episodes left in the whole series. It's fucking nuts. It's so crazy.
That is gross. All right, you go watch Naruto. I'm gonna get out of here. We'll see you.
I gotta shower first. I'm all sticky. I don't even know where my balls are. I think I'm down by my knees.
Yeah, I showered before Michelle, so.
Oh, God bless you. All right, dude. I'll talk to you later.
All right, see you later, kids.
Midnight music.